What up, everybody? Thank you guys for joining us this evening. We are back. We have 2 games that we have to talk about that occurred over this past weekend. So yeah, we're gonna get into that, and actually, right now there's some news breaking out, so we'll get into that too. But we appreciate you guys joining us this evening, and yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off. I was looking for something.
Shit, what was the second game?
It was the second game?
You're funny. Anyway, all right, so we appreciate everybody. Oh, happy birthday, Rob. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Yep.
Hey, Rob Costa birthday. Happy birthday,
Yeah, man. Yep, that's dope. Don't catch up to me. that means it's a wrap for me, bro. All right, so yep. Anyway, we got the whole crew here. We got FIFO, we got Shelton, we got Spike.
What up?
Yep. So all right, man, let's go ahead and get into it. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead End Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me, we got Spike.
What up, though?
We got Shelton.
What's happening?
And we got FIFO. Welcome back, Shelton.
Yeah,
it was
man,
a rough week
appreciate it,
last week, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, man.
I know. I understand.
I need to get some air.
Yeah, he's like, I can't do this. Fuck all this shit. I'm out.
That man went on a sabbatical. Had to get out of here.
Yeah, so, but yeah, good to have you back. Shout out to Nick for joining in. We appreciate it. Okay, let me see. Let me try this. I hope I don't mess anything up. I don't think I did. We still live on YouTube? All right. Y'all still see us? Okay. Anyway, so we are here. You guys see the title. You guys know what we're talking about. And I'm going to get into that. But before we went live, there were a couple of things that happened right now. So LeBron is pulling a Shelton.
Yeah, he did rain.
He's not showing up. And AD out in the game versus the Warriors tonight. We got, so that is interesting. We don't know what's going on with that, so we'll see. And Giannis got hurt.
Somebody said LeBron James will play tonight, so evidently the Lakers are saying he's going to play.
AD out with a headache and nausea, pregnancy symptoms.
Wow. No, I think he got scratched in the eye, right?
Oh, did he?
Something happened, bro. Yeah, I think it's the eye, so yeah. And Giannis got carted off, carried off the court. So So all of that's happening right now. So we'll keep an eye on those things, but we don't care about that right now. Let's go to college basketball, and we're gonna open with our queens this evening. The South Carolina Gamecocks completed their undefeated season by beating the Iowa Hawkeyes. I don't even feel like saying their name. Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. We love you guys. We thank you. I thank you for doing what you did this past Sunday. I appreciate it. That was how I felt. What was y'all? How did y'all feel as I try to avoid from losing my? See, that's a white man coming trying to knock the laptop out of my hand. What was y'all reaction to the game?
I'm a huge Dawn Staley fan. Have been. She was like I said, she played for the Charlotte Sting, so she was close to home. Dawn has always been like top tier to me. She's a dope point guard. She's a dope person. Dawn is just great to me. So I'm really, really happy for her and them girls, man, that they pulled it out. I was playing Lift Every Voice and Sing. It was an awesome thing. It really, really was to see. And the way they won this year, this team was not as good as last year's team, by the way. So last year's team actually should have. But like I was saying about Dawn, she's 110-3 in her last 3 seasons. So that's remarkable in itself, and it's not even talked about enough. We talked about Caitlin Clark so much that they've skipped over the Dawn coverage and how dominant she's been. It's been remarkable what she's been able to do with that team. And like I said, this team was a good team. It was a good team. Last year they had, in my opinion, more talent than they had this year. But this year's team was able to get it done and pulled off a historic run. I think it's only the 10th team with
undefeated
season.
Yeah. Gino's had a couple of those. But see, this is what I wanted to say, and I don't disagree with you. I agree with every single thing that you said. But when it comes to coaching, it's more about longevity. I do agree that she should have gotten more flowers, more coverage this year for completing an undefeated season. Yes, they are talking about Caitlin Clark the most in women's college basketball, followed by Juju, followed by I'm bad when they show from LSU.
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, she has fallen down that totem pole of coverage. But, again, for coaches, it's more about a little bit of longevity. Let's see how many, for the next 3 seasons, what's her record. If it's 220-6, then she got to be at the top of the, you know what I'm saying, the top of the media coverage, regardless of what player is doing. Because now we're infringing on Pat Summitt. Now we're infringing on Gino. Like, now we're infringing top 3, top 5 greatest ever women's basketball coaches ever. But I think it's too early to put her in that category. But obviously she's at the door saying, she's waiting on the elevator. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stories to get up there, but she's right there. She's just waiting for it to come pick her up.
Yeah, I agree. I think she did an amazing job. South Carolina did an amazing job. I'm not sure that they were as interesting as the Jujus, as the Angel Reeses.
Then they have a lot of
stories. And that was the only
lines.
thing. It's the same thing in the men's with UConn. Like, there just wasn't a lot to talk about other than them being as good as they were, and that ain't really going for a great story. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching them. I enjoyed seeing them beat Caitlin Clark. I did wonder, since you're going to have so much turnover with Reese leaving, with Clark leaving, you said the majority of South Carolina, are they leaving?
No, the majority of them will be back.
And they got their bench
They
too.
reloaded.
So they're going to be right back. Okay, so they'll be another
they'll be right back.
team. I am really paying attention to the storylines and how women's college basketball takes having one of the most highest rated games that they've had of sports, other than football. That made me forget. And how they go into next season and capitalize off that. I want to see. I know Juju, but who else is it going to be? I can't. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, you need individual stars to carry it. And that, South Carolina as a team is definitely dope. But like you said, the individual stars, the Jujus, the Caitlin Clarks, and the Angel Reeses, and some of those individual players, Paige from Connecticut, Paige Rutgers.
Paige Beckers.
Yeah,
she leaving too?
No, she's staying. They actually are rating her as the number 1 player coming back over Juju. So, yeah, but that's where the ratings have it.
He said that makes sense.
Get it? But that's what they got, and they got Juju as number 2.
How on earth is that possible?
It's the media, dog.
And she, and not the down page. Before her injury, she was like that.
I know. I've heard people say she was. Yeah, but we seen Juju put. And Paige is good. I did notice her, but she got like a male equivalent. She got like a Rip Hamilton type game. Like, it ain't never really, like, it's cool.
Yeah, but it ain't
it's gonna
like,
give you like 16 to 18 points. Juju got like I ain't never seen no shit like this before.
Yeah, Juju's super smooth.
Yeah,
and she got, size, strength, athleticism, all that stuff to go along with that super smooth game, and she can shoot it. She can do pretty much anything she want to do on the basketball court.
The only way I could see them The only way I could see them having her number one is because of the team aspect of it. I know Juju team, may
and
not
you
be
can't.
that good.
Yeah, and we talking about ranking them as players, so
Yeah,
there's
so
really
you
no
shouldn't even
way.
come
Like I
into
said,
it.
the only real reason I would think that, well, we know why they're doing it, but other than that, the only
Mm-hmm.
reason you can say is because Paige was supposed to be that
but Juju
before
is
she
that.
got hurt.
No, I
Juju
get what you're
is
saying.
that.
Was she gonna be like Caitlyn though?
Yeah, she was better. Ken.
Paige.
They said she was better.
She
what
was
they
supposed to
claim.
be that.
Yeah, but like in terms of like shooting the deep
No.
threes and stuff like that.
no.
She
Okay.
like Rip Hamilton, like mid-range,
Yeah,
efficient.
people don't like that.
they
Yeah,
don't care.
no.
People don't like that. She was not going to be Caitlyn
No,
Clark.
she
No,
was
no.
not.
At all. So yeah, yeah. So
Why you say that makes sense, Jada? You got them right.
I mean, because Paige is, like y'all said, for one, she is similar. She was supposed to be Caitlyn before Caitlyn, but on top of that, she's two-way. So I can put Caitlyn on both ends, Juju, and Juju's not efficient. On top of that, Juju's not efficient. As much as I love Juju, she is not an efficient scorer.
Yet.
Yet, but still, she's not an efficient scorer. So I would definitely look at. And Paige has a better situation. So I mean, it perfectly makes sense why Paige would be next.
Yeah, I get all that. The biggest storyline on that game though was Raven Johnson. I mean Raven Jack. The way
Tessa.
25.
no Raven.
The girl
Raven
from
Johnson?
Girl from Atlanta.
Yeah.
25.
Why
Yeah.
her?
She
The
lost
way
a
she
game
came back,
and,
bounced back after she cost them last year. When Caitlin Clark waved her off, not just the wave off.
Oh, that's who
That was last year.
Yes, that
I
was
was
last
looking
year.
for that all game, bro.
Yeah, that was last year. So last year they basically dared her to shoot, and her nerves got the best of her. She wouldn't really. They left her open all game, and
You
she
talking
wasn't
about number
hitting no
25,
shots.
right?
Huh?
You talking about number
Yes.
25, right?
No, you talking about the one that
Jackson,
that-
Raven Jackson,
Oh, okay,
25.
Got you.
Yeah, you talking about the one that couldn't shoot in this game too.
Yeah, she wasn't there. But the reason, yeah, she missed a few over jumpers.
A few?
Yeah, a few.
She was
It
1 for
it
10. Shelton,
No,
come
she
on,
wasn't.
bro.
They were still waving on.
She was awful.
But the biggest thing was the fact that she came back and played defense and stood up to
Her
Caitlin Clark the
defense
way
was
she
great,
did.
but she could not hit shit.
She,
Bro, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, made for the moment. Bro, like,
Nah.
I was like, you
Well,
gotta.
they ran her stats though, Ken. She had her winning. She plays point guard, right?
Yeah,
plays
she
point-
plays
Look, her
Since high
resume
school, her
is
resume is
great.
amazing.
She had a bad game
Facts.
in the finals. I can't, I ain't
Nah,
gonna
that's
give her no
100%
flowers for
right.
that. Her finals game was awful, but her
she
defense
one
was
for
great.
11. God, dog, I didn't even realize.
Bro, every time she shot, I was like, she gonna make
In
this.
the
one.
one shot she was that layup, but then I didn't even realize she was 1 for 11.
Yeah,
And I never heard nobody mention it. And I watched the whole game, sitting there watching. I just didn't pay no attention to that. I just saw her, the defense that they was playing on Caitlin Clark. And I said it in the chat. I was like, when they went up 10, I was like, don't worry. They coming.
Right.
They know exactly what they're doing right now. And this is like a setup to get them, once they calm down, everything's gonna make sense for South Carolina. And it did. And they could not have won this game without her. I didn't realize she was 1 for 11. God dog.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think her defense was good. Caitlin started off hot and eventually cooled off. That was my first. That was the first. My first time watching South Carolina. But I know, but we were here, and so I didn't get a chance to watch the game. I watched the game Sunday night. So I got home and I was folding, hanging up clothes. It was late, like real late. And when I turned it on ESPN, I had the replay, no commercials. It was like an hour, 20-some minutes. I was like, bet, we can do this. It was like 12 o'clock. I was like, cool. Man, we got to the fourth quarter and that damn video turned off. So I had to find another one. It was 2.5 hours.
Dang.
So I had to watch the whole fourth quarter. And, I would kind of kept it close along with the refs. But
Yes.
and the next thing I know, it was 3-something Monday morning. I was like, Jesus Christ, watching that crazy-ass game.
You could have just waited till
You could
have waited till the men's game came
I was-
on and
I was-
watched it over
During the game.
Bro, I should have. When I woke up the next day, I was like, because you always wake up early, regardless of what time you go to bed. But it was entertaining to watch. But the one man was Tessa.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah,
she
Tessa.
was-
She's a beast.
Yeah, Tessa had a great game, and Tessa is a freshman.
Yeah, bro.
She a freshman?
She was like, she
her
was
and
lighting
Malaysia.
up.
So
Is that the one that super athletic one?
Yes.
For Wally or whatever her name is?
Yeah, for
Oh
Wally.
man, she was killing them too.
yep, they both had good games, and they both of them will be back next year. What's crazy is Raven will be back. All those girls are coming back next year, except for Cordoza. I think they may lose maybe one other player. If I can't remember who though, but I know Cordoza is gone. But everybody else pretty much is back.
Yeah.
So you welcome him back. All that athleticism in Watkins, who dunked one time this year. You're bringing in Joyce Edwards, I think it is. I had to ask my brother, but she's nice. She's the number 2 player in the country, and she got size, can shoot. And they got another big that's coming in. They got a couple guards, another point guard that's nice and fluid, smooth. Dawn loaded up.
Yeah, and I like, she got them to, you could see it. It's like, it's just, we like to win the game. It don't matter who.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like, just why. And I saw that just in that one game. Like, they're very unselfish. And that was really, really dope to see. And I was really curious, and it was like Hannah Stokey, who looks like she's a traitor to her race.
Yeah.
I was like, man, if Cordova let her put up 20-something the way she did against UConn, I was like, man, I'm over it.
Against LSU.
Bro, they shut her ass out. They shut her ass. Well, she had a little run in points, but I think that was when Cordova was out.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the other motherfuckers wasn't doing shit, it was like, what are y'all gonna do? Kayla wasn't shit later.
And I said that's how I believe that's the game plan. The game plan was, Caitlin Clark gonna get off. Y'all play the best defense you can on her, wear her down, and don't let nobody else beat you, because they wasn't switching on none of those screens. They kept running a high screen, and there was no switching. Everybody stayed home. Everybody stayed with their man, and everybody played responsible defense. There wasn't no switching, and I was like, "That's the way you play defense on a killer like that." And eventually, that shot stopped falling, and they rattled her. They was in her shit, so she really couldn't do much. And before you know it, South Carolina had taken control of that game, and they never let it go once they got it.
All right, but yeah, it was record-breaking game, 18.7 million viewers, which is the most games since 2019, excluding football, the Olympics, and the World Cup.
Wow.
After that, I'm just reading the prompter. Oh, you had something else?
Well, the only thing I was going to say about that is it's crazy how everybody, my mom was watching this run. Everybody tuned in for this run. And I'm saying, like, these are
just in general, all of them. Caitlin Clark,
yeah.
Angel Reese.
Well, you
talking about South Carolina because you're from
my family's
Got it.
South
Yeah, they
Carolina
South
stuff.
Carolina.
But what I'm saying is women in general was tuning in like here.
Facts.
And it was more, it was all the storylines combined. So you had the Juju, you had the Caitlin Clark.
My mom hit me up and was like,
South
"Who's this Angel
Carolina,
Reese
all
girl?"
this stuff was, you had to pick a side, and which people did across America, but women was tuning in, and it usually don't be that way. And now, like I said, you got women who were not even interested in the game now paying attention to the game. And I'm interested to see, like we talked about, how this goes forward. Are they going to stay involved?
That's what I was going to ask.
Well, we'll get to that. I got a question about that.
Okay.
So let's get to the men's game.
Okay.
Do we have to?
Apparently it's the worst game of the week. I'm just reading the prompter.
What a year.
Worst game of the week was played yesterday with the Purdue Boilermakers taking a bit loss to the UConn Huskies. Did y'all even watch this game or care about it?
I saw
highlights.
Once it started getting away from
Purdue,
I got out of there. I'm not watching Zach Edey lumber around with this boring ass basketball. None of these people going to the NBA. It didn't look like.
Edie is gonna go, but
Second round.
he's definitely going.
But I definitely agree with Gilbert Arenas. It's like, and this is what I said a week or so ago. I was like, bro, you 7'4" with all this size. Pause. If you were that nice, you would have went to the league year 1, year 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't live in that era where you're gonna play 3 to 4 years. You're gonna play 1 or 2 if you're really that ready.
Why y'all saying he'll go to the league to do what?
He's going.
Like a backup or something?
Hey, he can potentially
yeah.
start. You got who the Clippers starting big man? Zubac.
Yeah.
He could be in a Zubac type of role. Now the thing
Right.
about
Zubac can shoot, can't he?
he's
No,
decent.
not really. They're the same thing.
Yeah, like Edie needs to develop more of a face-up game. Do I want you jacking up threes? No, but you got to have a 15 to 18-footer game that Zubac does have. He could face one
I've seen
dribble.
Zubac do
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Go spin, have a counter or two. Edie needs to work on that aspect of his game. But when you 7'4", and he can move for his size, like you can't teach that. And there are teams, the Golden State Warriors, devoid of size.
Edie trash, bro.
I'm not saying he's great, Ken. All I'm saying is I think he's gonna make the league.
You mean like a draft pick or free agent?
He's going to be a draft pick. He's going to be picked at the end of the first round by Milwaukee. Look for Milwaukee, team like that to draft him.
I'll put it to you like this. I agree also, I don't remember who said it on Gilbert's podcast, but I think it was Gilbert himself. If a team picks this man as a lottery pick, you're going to lose your job within a year or two. No, he's not a lottery pick. Is he an NBA player? I do agree.
Absolutely.
Starter on a championship team, maybe, depending, you know what I'm saying? But like he's not a difference maker, but he's definitely a position of need for a team that doesn't have it.
He is a human cigar. The game is over, and you bringing him in.
You got the Edie pack.
Yep.
They smoking on the Edie pack.
That's all he is, man. He is a lumbering tree. Every time he got the ball, it's like, all right, now I'm gonna go ahead and make a move.
This nigga was averaging like 30 and 20.
He's 7-4.
Gonna be travel agents next year.
Yeah, that's the biggest. Yeah, you can't coach size, and that is still needed in the NBA. You still need it, and the fact that he's skilled.
The NBA got away from it though. Like they don't do that anymore. Like the style of play don't even fit him at all, right?
Not from a back to the basket perspective. You're not going to feed him like you do Joker or Embiid. Those are the two true bigs in the league. Hey, nigga, go down there. I'm going to throw you the ball, work it. You know, we're going to play inside out, right? Edie's not that type of big. To me, he's in the plateau of Zubac. A solid big that you know can guard other bigs. You know what I'm saying? Get your rebounds, change shots. You don't even got to get blocks, change shots. Be able to run up and down the court. Understand that you're going to go 5-6 possessions. If you even touch the ball, you grabbing it and passing it and going and sending the pick. Like, your game is not going to be what... If he's coming into the NBA with the expectation, I'm going to do what I did in Purdue, he going to be out the league in a year. But if he comes in there understanding, hey, I got to change my game if I want to make these millions of dollars, he'll be a serviceable big man in the league.
He's going to be pick and roll, rim protector, and get to the basket and get layups. He's going to, he's not, you know, he can get you, he's going to be able to get you 10 and 6. And you be happy with that. But you get you 3-4 blocks a game. That's what you want him for.
Y'all crazy.
He not even gonna be playing that much.
He might not.
Y'all shooting him a lot of bail.
No. We're talking potential, and I'm just saying that's what he's gonna be.
I don't think that any team would take time out. Like, I know you can't coach size, but I'm not willing to make that investment that's going to need to be made for him to transition to what we see in the NBA.
But that's
you can
what
do it
Jout is, though.
You can do it in the second round if it's like the last pick, because you ain't losing out on anything.
He's going to be first round in the first round.
Or, you know, as undrafted free agent, you can probably do that.
Or late first round. If he gets picked between 25 and 30, that's fine.
And his stock is rising. Like, this tournament, his stock rose during this tournament.
It did, unfortunately. I don't know what they were looking at.
He earned it.
Yeah, 37 and 10.
Ken, you still got to go out there and put up them numbers.
A lot of that shit was. I saw what this shit was. I was watching the rest of this game.
He still had to go get it though,
bro.
He
come
still
on, man.
had to go get it.
That only happened when some of the smaller players came in. When UConn matched him with another bigger player, he struggled.
Ken, I don't disagree. Even who the big black boy looked like Zach Randolph 2.0?
DJ Byrne.
Yeah, he went to DJ Byrne and said, "Hey, bro, you a big like you big as hell." You know, Ken, I'm not saying that this
DJ
guy
in the league before him.
Huh?
I can see
100%. He has a skill set that translates to the NBA.
I hope so.
Look, I'm not saying Edie is going to make or break a championship team. That's not what I'm saying at all. He's a fringe NBA player. He may not make it. He may not make it. I'm just saying he played enough to get drafted. He shouldn't get drafted in the lottery. He should get drafted 25 or later. And again, he's a work in progress. He mentally is going to be the biggest thing. You come in here thinking that you're going to be the man, you're going to be out the league. Yeah, but if you understand, let me do whatever it is for me to get minutes, whether that just means, look, the big white boy, there's 3 of them. They brothers.
Zellers?
Yes, the Zellers.
Yeah.
Nigga, if the Zellers could be in the league and think about all the two.
The Zellers are faster than him.
Huh?
No, they about to.
Bro,
same.
Nah, they more
is
athletic.
slow, bro.
Not one of them.
This nigga look like Yao Ming out
Bro,
there,
I'm
bro. Like
swear.
he looked like.
I had to look and see what he was. He's
still
Canadian,
don't know.
bro. He's
Yeah,
like something Canadian.
I still did.
Because he got that. He got that white Canadian
He
look.
look
to
like
him.
Rob Costa.
I'm like, is he? I was like, he too toned to be American. But
But it shows too, like basketball, you have to have stars. Basketball is
100.
like what we just talked about with the women. Just looking at this game for the first half and into the second half a little bit, it just nothing was interesting about this. Even Zach Edey probably was the most popular person
Him
in
and
this
Burns.
game. Well, I'm talking about the final.
Oh, in the final.
It's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
give you that.
It was like, bro, like I don't want to see them. Like nobody was exciting. Like from the guard position, it was just boring, slow and labored.
well, because I said this on the last broadcast. First of all, Nick got all the picks wrong. Let me say that. Like, can you remember that broadcast,
Yep.
bro?
He picked everybody wrong.
And yeah, I'm willing to acknowledge what I don't know. I didn't. That's why I asked, was UConn really that good? And people were telling me that they were. B watched the shit all the time. He was like, yeah, they really that good. He broke it down. And then that's why I wanted to watch the game. And then when I turned it on, it was the second half, and they were making a run. But I saw it, and I saw what made them good. And it was very reminiscent of South Carolina. Like their ability to really like run their sets and never really rush and get all the shots they wanted at any given time.
Right.
When you compare what UConn was doing to what Purdue was doing, it was a clear difference.
And that's what they're saying about Hurley and that UConn team and them winning back-to-back and him possibly being the next best coach, like giving you a Coach K or Izzo or whoever you want to call, because that system. Like I don't got a star player. I just need the right players.
Right.
We're going to run this system and we're going to blow y'all out.
All right, so let's get back to a passing of the torch, so to speak. Is what you guys were getting into before we jump to the men's game. Shout out to them, back-to-back champions, first time since Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows? They may be on a repeat.
Repeat.
Because I think the only one that gave him a chance, gave him a tough game was it Alabama that kept it close for a little bit?
Yeah, Alabama was in there a little bit. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Everybody.
But it was crazy. I was saying that they were blowing people out by damn near 18 plus 30, which is crazy, like to be that damn good. Anyway, when it comes to women's college basketball taking over the spotlight from men's college basketball forward, are we seeing that? And we're going to toss it to Jalen first. What do you think, Playboy? And we're talking about viewership, not money.
I can't call it. I can't call it. Just because I feel like it should, but niggas want stars. And I think Juju is going to be a good carry. Paige is going to be a good carry. Flage, they'll be able to carry the sport. But it's not like people going to tap in until probably the end of like the March Madness and everything else. They won't tap into the Final Four, maybe Elite Eight. I don't really see it happening just yet. I'm just going to be curious to see what happens with them going to the W, though. That is going to be a very curious thing to see if people actually tap in, because it's around the time when nothing else is going on. And it's not even just, I heard y'all talk about women, but it ain't like men were checking for women's sports either. So y'all just push it on the women like the women ain't checking, niggas ain't checking for it either.
Right. Well, the reason why I mentioned that, though, Jalen, is because a lot of times, people talk about rights and equality in sports and things like that, but a lot of the people that were screaming for it were the women that weren't watching. So that's why I mentioned the women. Men were not checking for it either, but at the same time, they weren't clamoring for it. The people that clamored for it were not supporting it. So the reason why I mentioned that was they needed to step up and support, and they did. And I'm glad because now it's showing in the numbers.
I don't think that's the difference, though. For me, I think a lot of what we saw this year in women's college is the fact that we saw the talent. right? And obviously, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have been that, Bird Magic kind of synergy for the last 2 years. I think the thing that is helping women's college basketball is the fact that even the WNBA players are going to play 2 to 3 years. There's not going to be many one and dones. So you're going to see them more often. Exactly. So I don't disagree with what Jalen is saying, but I do think that it's going to take a matter of years before the fanfare that we got this year is mainstay in women's basketball because they have less options when it comes to being pros. In the time from going from high school to college or pros,
3 to 4 years.
They
have to be there 3
They
years.
have one method. I got to go to college.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be at this college 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, where men have way more options. The reason why the men's NCAA tournament, and you talked about it, Spike, is devoid of that talent is because you see like the Rod Gillinghams, right, that went to Kentucky. But where did he play the year before? OTE basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird
And he
for
might
the
be leaving
men's.
already.
Huh?
I think he might be leaving already.
Yeah,
he's
he's
gone.
definitely one and done.
He's done.
He was definitely one and done. In the men's side, you don't see the biggest names stay multiple years. Even Bronny, that only played.
Who? Brian ain't going nowhere.
Bro.
He declared. All I'm saying is
everybody
declared.
declares.
Portal too, though.
Yeah, he's leaving all options open just in case he doesn't get drafted.
Everybody declares just to get feelers. Like I said, they ain't.
He probably the most popular men's college basketball.
100%.
That can't play.
But
play.
He can play. I don't think he's at that level. But that's a whole other discussion. But at the end of the day, the men have way more options. And because they don't necessarily get to stack rosters, we lose interest when it comes time to win. Because the NCAA tournament, me and my brother was talking about this, the one that has an AAU program in Texas. Shout out Elite Ambition Basketball. Coaching has so much to do with high school, AAU, and college. You, as a great coach, doesn't matter if you have more talent than me, I cannot coach you and I can win this game. But to be out-coached to that level means that I got a lot of seniors, upperclassmen. They done been there, they're battle-tested, right? I talk about in the NBA, I don't trust Minnesota, I don't trust OKC. Why? Because they're too young, not because they're devoid of talent. Never done it before. So for me, when I look at the men's versus the women's in the next 4 to 6 years is definitely going to outpace the men. 100%.
Well, you know what? We hope that. I hope it's equal, to be honest with you, because I like both sides, and that was a good take, Jalen, with Flaugier, because Flaugier is going to be on that look. Malaysia for a while is going to be one of those players that you look at because women.
Malaysia.
Yeah,
That's the girl from South Carolina.
Yeah. Those names, along with the Pages and the Jujus, are going to be the ones that you're going to look at next year. Those are your four. There's usually about 3 or 4 players that you take a look at, but the women have to be there. I think 3 years. I think they have to stay 3 years now. So like you said,
like football.
That's not right.
That's crazy.
yeah,
that's
until they're
not
like
fair.
20. I think it's still like 21. But that is why, like you're right. That's why it's different. You see the synergy because we got time to be together. Now the transfer portal is going to start making a difference because a lot of them ladies are transferring like crazy. Like they're moving around just like the men are. But you still get a lot more synergy because they're playing together a little bit longer.
That, and even if 1 or 2 big names move, you're going to a roster that has not necessarily a stacked team, but a team full of players, complementary players that you could win. So you're still going to become, quote unquote, a household name because you should go into the bare minimum Sweet 16.
And it helped. It really helped this year because the men's game was down. So it really helped propel the women even further because they had the names, and the men this year, it was devoid of most names. If Zach Edey is your biggest name, you're facing some troubles.
I don't see the men's game changing anytime soon. It's just not. There's no pathway to do it because, as you said, it's too many options. And I think one and done, going straight to the NBA is coming back at some point. I thought they said.
I think
you can come straight out of high school, right?
I thought they were
Weren't
going the
pushing
opposite
that?
direction.
Oh, the Bronny rule, huh?
Yeah, I thought that they were pushing that, but I say that to say you bring up a great point too, as far as the freshmen that are coming in. That's what I was looking for, is what that class of new women coming in looking like. Because sports media is so reactionary. I think next year you're going to get a lot of Juju coverage, and they're going to put her in that Caitlin Clark bag. Now they're going to be looking for somebody to replace who's the incoming freshman, who's the hot new thing, and I really hope that there's going to be someone that can step into that. But yeah, I think women's basketball is in an amazing place with Juju leading the pack, and that's why I had to take. I think she's going to be as big as some of the male stars by the time that she goes professional. Like, she's going to have a lot of time in that Caitlin Clark spotlight. If she continues to play like she do, she wins some championships. You're talking about like endorsements and one of the bigger names in all of sports. Where did she go to the transfer portal?
Where she gonna transfer to?
Somewhere where she can win. I think that if she, like, it's gonna take, because she ain't Caitlin Clark and it don't look the same. It's gonna take for her to win and get a championship
so?
or two. Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that take.
I'm talking about to put her in, like,
Yeah.
when you're talking about like LeBron James and you're talking about famous baseball players, like in that name, like, she gonna have to win.
I don't. We talking college or we just talking in general? Her whole career.
College, she gonna have to win something.
I don't know if I agree with that because Caitlin didn't win.
Caitlin Clark, like, different. Her game flashier.
No, 100%. Like, she's literally the female Steph Curry. Like, we've never seen nothing like that with Steph Curry, and then we ain't never seen nothing like that on the female side with Caitlin Clark. She's literally that.
I hope
version
that's what
of
they were talking about because they kept saying that shit. I was like, that's a lie. We saw it with Steph Curry. Why y'all keep saying
we've never seen this
a
before.
college basketball player like anything we ain't ever seen before?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about?
Steph was the first
We
one.
saw that with Steph.
Yeah, because Steph got fucking Davis into the
did
damn
with his
championship, bro.
right.
Like,
She ain't new.
yeah, so we've just never seen a female do it.
So they need to specify that shit.
I feel you can. We've never seen a female do it, and let alone we never thought we would see. The closest thing we thought we was going to see to Steph Curry was Trae Young, and we all acknowledge that that's a diminished version. But Caitlin, in my opinion, is on the same level, female version of Steph Curry. Like, you can't guard her. You can't guard her. She pulls up from 40. It don't matter if it's 2 or 3 chicks in her grill. She gonna knock down the shot. Like, she's built like that.
Y'all wasn't gassing stuff like that in college. Don't
Yeah,
do that.
you was.
Yeah.
Not till late, Jalen. Late day, everybody jumped on the train.
The second year,
no, it's
because
third year.
I agree with Jalen, but I did watch. I became a fan of Steph at Davidson, and because when he first started out, it was sad because he kept messing up his ankle. We didn't get a chance to see it, but that was it. Was I out here really talking about and gassing him up? To your point, no, and I don't remember having a lot of conversations with people
It
about
wasn't.
it.
It wasn't.
He wasn't as big a
Niggas
star,
was
but
talking
the-
about Blake Griffin.
He wasn't as big a
He
star,
be-
but the game was similar.
Yeah,
though.
he became a star in the tournament. I think they played like Georgetown or somebody like that. Is when everybody started checking for
Yeah,
for
when they
Steph
had to
'cause
play
he had
like a fucking boxing 2 on him.
and they were chasing him around that year. That's when Steph became. And I sent it to y'all today where Rick Chapman talked about how he tried to transfer. He wanted to go to Duke, and when they was trying to get at Coach K was like, "Nah, we done filled out our walk-ons. We don't need you." And basically, when he had that tournament run and everybody was on him, they went back and asked, "Could he come?" And he was like, "Nah, y'all didn't want me then."
Yeah, it was definitely he had it was definitely a tournament run, very kind of like Dwayne Wade, but college women's basketball ain't about to do shit.
Why you say that?
Well, first of all, a couple of the games, and y'all told me this shit was supposed to be good and entertaining. And I was like, I don't know what the hell this shit was. I was like, it looked like the same old shit that been on the screen.
Juju don't look the same.
She don't, but
Malaysia
it
don't
ain't
look
gonna
the
be
same.
enough. But the UConn game with Iowa, that shit was awful. I'm like, what in the hell is this shit? Second of all, you got to understand that people love mess and people love drama. What did we get last year? We got Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. That propelled everything. You got storylines, you got narratives that people can follow that's centered around that one thing, which is like one of America's greatest storytelling pieces in history is black versus white. So that brought a lot of eyes to it. And, Caitlin had the Steph Curry magic because she was out here shooting lights out and doing stuff. So she brought a lot of attention. They were just following Caitlin Clark. You just said it. Nobody gave a damn about South Carolina. They were undefeated. No. They weren't even talking about them.
Nope.
Juju got coverage, but not like that. Juju game ain't flashy. I think you were going to say it. She doesn't do enough. She ain't out there
Shooting from
throwing
half court.
She ain't doing any of that stuff, and none of these other people y'all naming doing any of that shit either. It's not enough. There's no gravity there's no player with enough gravity to pull people in to keep people watching. Everybody you were talking about that were watching this game, they ain't watching that shit, Shelton.
But you know what, though, Ken? I also agree with what you're saying, right? Like, and I think you highlighted some of the things that we said. There's only going to be a handful of women that will even bring you to a TV screen that are quote unquote box office, right? But the thing is, Ken, is that I don't see that the men's game is going to bring a lot of butts to the seats or eyes to the TV either, though.
It won't.
Because there's so many other options to play that year outside of high school now. I just don't see it happening where the men's game is going to compete with the women's game.
There was one guy, I will say this. There are a lot of investments into it, pushing it more. So there may be a lot of marketing behind some of these guys you people are naming. There was an article I read about it. There's a guy, his last name it starts with an L, Levin or something like that. He was instrumental in something what it was. I should have took notes. But he's the kind of guy that doesn't invest in something like this that won't do what he thinks is going to do. So there is a signal there.
He invested in women's basketball.
Yeah, he's investing in women's basketball and getting it on television, getting more coverage. So but you need the characters.
I forgot about the Great White Hope.
And the Great White Hope, bro, it's the great American story.
Yeah.
And it's coming back to men's basketball. I forgot about him.
Ooh.
Cooper Flag. He's supposed to be like the
Yeah.
new
He's supposed
Duke
to be the guy.
villain. So
If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark and it was, come on, man. It just wasn't going to be there.
Cooper's that guy, though.
if Cooper hoops next year for Duke and he lean into that Christian Leitner, what's the dude that was
J.J.
tripping
Redick.
people? J.J. Redick. Any white basketball player
Bobby
that was
Hurley,
good at
all of
Duke. Yeah. That could possibly be a lot more coverage for him and Duke next year.
Yeah.
What about that white nigga?
That's who we talking about.
That's his name?
Cooper Flag.
No, it's the guy. What's the guy name?
Which one?
The white guy. His parents named him. Is like.
He ain't going nowhere. I thought it was Niga or something different.
Kaniga.
Kaniga. Yeah, Kaniga. It's a basketball player named Kaniga.
Yeah, no, it is.
I don't know if
football,
he's
they-
good. I know Cooper Flag though. They
No,
saying
Cooper that guy.
they saying Cooper's supposed to be the next dude.
He is nice.
Cooper's that guy. He's in the realm of Paulo Banchero, big, small forward, face up, can post up little guys, jumper, could play in a phone booth. Like, and then the mentality, I like his mentality.
We can also look at what we do, right? I mean, we're talking about it. We talked about the incident last year, but why? Because of what happened.
Right.
Outside of that, we ain't talking about women's basketball.
The only-
And we don't even talk about men's
The
basketball
only other thing
anymore.
we said about it was the fact that they invited the losing team to the White House as well.
That was it.
Caitlin Clark. So we talked about it from that angle. That was the biggest.
So yeah, maybe
part
we,
of it.
but yeah. So I don't know, but you need drama, bro. Drama sells. It is what it is. Moving on. Let's jump into some other quick topics here. Got some NBA.
Okay.
Bucks, Magic, Knicks, Cavs are all less than 2 games away from getting a second overall seed in the East.
Wow.
It's the second seed worth it since those teams could face Philly or Miami in the first round, and Philly has Embiid back.
Yeah, but, even though Embiid is back, we don't know what the hell, He's been questionable at best when it comes to these playoff runs.
Okay, so you don't think Philly with a healthy, game shape Embiid could beat the Cavs, Knicks, or Magic? And we know Giannis is hurt.
I think they could beat Orlando. I think the Cavs, the Knicks, and who's the other team?
Magic.
Bro, the Cavs are falling off, bro.
They have.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but they have enough talent to overcome what Philly brings to the table. Because again, is this. I've always said this, right? And I hold all of these star players' feet to the fire. When you are considered one of the best in the game, do you do it when it matters most? And Joel Embiid has yet to prove to me that when it matters most, he has his best game. He's a lot like Jason Tatum. You put the biggest bright lights on him, and he comes up short. Even if they lose, remember, I always say it's not even if you win or you lose. What did you do to make sure that y'all don't lose?
Right.
Didn't he have that big game in the elimination
No.
when he shot the air ball from the side of the corner? Well, he jumped out there. Well, excuse me, no. You remember Kyrie's year? When Kyrie hit that jumper from over in the corner, like he had a hell of a game to close out.
Not closeout game.
Oh, you mean Kawhi? Yeah,
Yeah, the year that Kawhi hit that, like Kawhi had it.
the Leprechaun champ.
It took
did have a
everything.
good- he
It
had a
took
good game
everything
that-
for
that
them to
year.
beat Philadelphia.
But look at the closeout games. On
It was not
average,
enough, though.
It's not enough. So I don't believe him. I don't trust in him. Whether he's healthy or not, I don't trust in him. There's no history for me to be like, you know what? I give him the benefit of the doubt. No. He doesn't play his best in closeout games. So for me, Ken, almost all of them teams, I think Orlando's too young to beat that team. I think Philly could beat them on experience. I think the Cavs have enough youth and experience to be able to overcome a Philadelphia. Now, I'm not saying I put my money on them, but to me, if you see Philly, like I wouldn't be scared. If I'm a playoff team, I'm not scared of Philly like that.
Regardless, I think that you really just want to be as far away from Boston as you can be,
100.
and have home field as
Ain't
long
no
as you
do
can.
shit.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you want
it ain't
home
nobody else,
court as long as you can get
They'll-
too.
Yeah,
So
Boston will dominate in the East, bro. At
That
least
is
the
true.
East.
Because they got what, a 12-game lead?
Yeah, they're not gonna lose it.
right.
What did the Magic do that have them having a successful season? Like
Bonchero?
Yeah, Banchero.
Banchero.
Bro, this nigga is a bigger Carmelo Anthony.
He legit.
He's super legit.
And then they got the other guy. Is a overseas player.
Oh, yeah,
Franz Wagner.
Oh, yeah, Franz Wagner.
Yeah, he nice too.
yeah.
Yep. And they got like a bunch of other just random shit that
Yeah,
works like Jalen Suggs.
Wendell Carter had a good year.
Yeah.
At
Two
center.
seed is crazy.
Yeah,
But
but
that is-
Bonchero
Yeah.
is the one that changed it. Franz Wagner. Everybody else just kind of get in where they fit in, but they don't have like a third guy.
Because didn't he win Rookie of the Year last year?
I think so.
Who won?
He was the top pick.
Yeah.
So he's
I
supposed
know
to be
who's not
MVP.
winning it this year. Chet.
Who said he was?
A lot of folks were trying
Not
to
I.
say he was going to get rookie of the year.
Not I. I said
got that
Wemby
on-
from get-go.
Wemby got that on smash.
Yeah, that's
Shit, Wemby
that's a
should be
wrap.
Defensive Player of the Year as well. But
Wemby should be MVP.
I would be.
he ain't get enough wins.
up
Ken,
there.
Ken, if he would have finished in the top 5 in the West, then shit, he should have got some MVP votes, but
anyway.
he ain't win enough.
I would be scared though if I were any one of them 2 seeds going into Philly. I disagree with FIFO. I think that you got somebody like Embiid. Yeah, it's going to be probably a conditioning thing, getting back into game shape, but I do think this will be an ideal year for him to carry a team to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Never done
And he
it.
got an easy route.
I you know, I don't-
Easy route.
Yeah, who else is in the East?
the Knicks.
Who else is in the East? No, I like Jalen Brunson and what he's doing. I just don't. I'm always of the belief that you can't trust smaller players in the playoffs.
I feel like I could trust Brunson to play his best game, even though we haven't, it's not like he's been in the playoffs a lot of his career.
He
But
failed last year in the playoffs. He failed last year in the
100%.
playoffs.
He's playing his best basketball right now, though.
He is.
He had 40
got
tonight.
100%.
exceptional.
He had 40 now.
But you know the reason why I do give him somewhat the benefit of the doubt. Number one, he plays point guard, and point guard you don't always have to score to control the game, and that's the thing I do like about Brunson. Can he get buckets? Yes, he's proven that he can get buckets, but it's not the bucket getting aspect of his game that allows him to control the game. His dad really taught him how to control tempo and pace. Now, if Julius Randle comes back, because
He's done.
It's over.
all they say is over.
done.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he's out for the
what
season.
that's what hurt.
Okay, so that being said, Brunson's gonna have a good playoff run. It's not gonna be enough to beat.
Yeah, I mean they'll get out of the first round, but I think they lost to the Heat in the second round, and those were
It's the same
winnable
thing.
games.
Yeah,
And,
it's gonna be
and,
the same thing.
I mean, even Brunson was like, "Yeah, I ain't doing enough. No shit." So it wasn't enough to get it done. So, and I think we may see more of the same. But
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Especially with Julius out, because I saw some reports a couple of days ago saying that he's potentially back, like he's going through getting back in practice and
He's
stuff like
having
that.
surgery.
But okay. So,
Yeah, and I like Brunson. Unlike Nick, I like Brunson before he went to a team that I root for. Because even on here when he was with the Mavs, I was saying that he was the most important player on the court.
He was baby Kyrie for them.
Yeah,
You did say that.
yeah. So I mess with him. It's just they could actually get to these conference finals.
They could. They really could.
Yeah.
Even without Randall, they still could. That team is really, really playing some good basketball, and he's been leading them. It is tougher for one of y'all said it's tough for a guard to do that. It is, but Brunson has proven that he can play like.
But can he up his game though? Because he's played at such a high level, and him playing at such a high level, they're upper middle class, right? Like they're not elite, but they're upper middle class. How much more room does he have to be more dominant than what he is?
If Philly goes out in the first round, who was standing in their way? Especially if they're like the second seed, they won't see Boston.
Miami. You still got to be scared of Miami.
Yeah, I think Miami could beat. You know why Miami could beat New York?
It's almost that time
because they could corral Brunson.
It's almost Jimmy time, baby.
It is. That is.
It's almost that time.
Y'all ready now?
It is.
Hey, it's almost that time.
The Heat can corral Brunson, and I'm not worried about nobody else on that squad really.
Exposed coaching could. Okay, yeah.
So I could see the Heat beating New York.
Well, they beat them last year, so
yeah, I could see the Heat beating them 4-1. Gentleman's sweep.
Moving on to the West, the Pelicans, Kings, Lakers, and Warriors seem to be a lot for the play-in tourney. Who do y'all have coming out as the 7th and 8th seed?
Pelicans and the Lakers. Golden State still has an issue with size. Pause. and Draymond.
Wait, did you see somebody was out with mouth trauma?
No,
Chris Middleton.
What?
The wildest
What does
injury
that
report. I
mean?
don't even know what that means.
I don't want to know what that means.
I don't know what it is. Not at all.
My bad. Go ahead.
But in terms of the West, Ken, I like the Pelicans. Zion is looking healthy. And when he does play more than 25 minutes, he is a historically great player. We just don't see him as often as we should. But when he is out there, he is healthy, he looks dominant.
He made the whole
He's been out there
season.
this year.
Yeah, he finished the whole season, bro.
Yeah. He didn't play all 82 though.
I know, but he made it.
He
Yes.
played it. Yeah, he played
a full season.
regular schedule.
Yes, he played a full season. I know Brandon Ingram was having some ankle issues. I'm pretty sure he'll be fine for the playoffs. I like the way that team is constructed. I talked about it a couple years ago. Like all of their players are for the most part complementary players. I like how they play when they are healthy. The Lakers, they're playing better as the season has gone on. And let's look, even though we're talking 7 through 10, these teams are like 10, 12 games above 500. So we're not talking like sub 500 teams. We're talking about really good teams in a loaded conference. To me, Golden State feels fractured. First off, we saw the whole drama with Clay all year. We see the drama with Draymond. And the only guy that's really kept all of that together has been Steph. But Steph at this point isn't enough to overcome all of that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they don't make the play-in as much as I would like them to.
I think it depends on the matchup. You know, they can pop somebody.
Okay, so based off of the matchup, the last time I looked at it, it's going to be Pelicans, Warriors, Lakers, and whoever's in the 10th seed.
They could beat the
The
Pelicans.
Warriors in the 10th seed right now.
Warriors in the 10th
The
seed?
Lakers at 9.
So you got the Kings.
Sacramento at 8, and New Orleans at 7.
And they can beat the Kings.
But New Orleans and Phoenix both 46 and 32.
So, okay, wait, hold on.
Shout out to
So
Phoenix,
who's 10, 9, 8, 7?
10 is Golden State. 9 is the Lakers. 8 is Sacramento. And 7 is New Orleans.
So New Orleans and Golden State play each other.
They can beat the
I would
Pelicans,
give Golden
bro.
State.
I'm not saying that they can't, but my money would be on the Pelicans.
I don't know.
They can't do shit with Zion.
I don't know. I feel that, but a game of elimination, bro.
Yeah, can you trust Zion to win you a playoff game?
Hey, you asking a lot for that.
Against a certified,
they have the experience.
We ain't talking about J. Cole. That ain't the light skinned nigga on the other side. You got a certified killer and Steph on the other side.
No, they do. But the reason why I would put my money on the Pelicans is this. Number one, they are a gritty, grimy team. And I don't mean grimy in a negative way. I mean grimy like the old school grindhouse Memphis Grizzlies, right? Like they will lock down on defense. Jose Alvarado, they got a
Oh wait, let's hold on. We got correction in the chat. It's 7 versus 8 and 9 versus 10. So it'll be Warriors.
I thought it
versus,
was 10 versus
it was
7.
No, that's right, because the
thought it
7,
was
whoever
17,
wins
8,
7-8 is automatically in.
So it'd be-
whoever loses plays the winner of 9
yeah.
and 10.
So it'll be Lakers Warriors.
Yes.
So that's a rematch from last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think the Lakers could beat the Warriors. And then 7-8 is
Whoever loses plays the winner of the
This shit
9-10
confusing,
game.
but yeah.
It is.
yeah.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, so 7-8 is who again? It's
Pelicans Kings.
Pelicans Kings.
So the Kings are going to be in, I think.
Yeah, I think the Kings beat the Pelicans. I think they do what the Pelicans do a little bit better. So give me them, and then it's the winner from the Lakers Warriors versus the Pelicans.
Yes.
I'll take it.
I think the Pelicans could beat the Warriors but lose to the Lakers.
I think I would take the Pelicans over the Kings because they're slumping right now.
Right.
And Lakers versus Warriors. And they play tonight. It seems like it's a game of chess between them. Nobody wants to show anything because I think seeding for them at this point don't matter.
It don't.
Except maybe whoever gets home court. Feels like the Lakers will win that one.
Then you get Golden State versus Sacramento.
Yeah, and I think the Warriors would beat Sacramento.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that playing out that way. And then you would have Golden State going against Minnesota in that first round, and they could probably beat them too.
No, they're not beating Minnesota.
What?
No, it's not going to happen.
Without Cat, is Cat gonna be back?
They winning without Cat, bro.
He started 5-on-5 today.
So he back.
He
Yeah, they not-
started
will be
practicing
back.
5-on-5.
Yeah, he
today.
practiced.
and that's not final, right? That could be Denver in that spot, right?
Yeah,
Denver
it's not
could get the
final.
number
Yeah,
one
Denver
spot.
54-24. Yeah,
So
yeah,
we know they're not beating Denver.
No,
Yeah, no, they definitely
Their
not
best
beating
shot of an upset would be
Minnesota, 100%.
Or OKC. OKC 53-25.
Well, you know, Shot's
one
been
game
hurt,
back.
so I don't
But here's the thing about OKC and Minnesota. I think they have too much size for Golden State. I think Golden State will struggle with either one of those matchups. Not saying that they can't win. I'm just saying I think they struggle with either one of those two teams. And they have no shot against Denver. Like, no shot.
Yeah,
They're going to
I
get
agree.
swept against Denver.
Yeah.
Shit, so you
the
probably
Lakers
don't
gonna
want to
play
get that last spot, right? Like, yeah, if you're the Lakers, okay, let's do this exercise.
different for the
So let's
Lakers.
just say if the Lakers, can the Lakers beat Minnesota?
Yeah. Lakers could beat Minnesota.
Yeah, I still think any of these teams can beat Minnesota, to be honest with you.
Y'all really do?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, define any of these teams.
any of the four.
So we
Even Sacramento?
Yes, definitely Sacramento
hell
first.
no,
Sacramento
I don't agree
first.
there.
You don't think Sacramento can beat Minnesota?
no,
Nah.
In a 4-game series?
no.
With De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis.
You know the reason why? Look at Sabonis' numbers in the playoffs. He's not as efficient as he is during the
Right,
regular
but
season.
then again, at the same time, he ain't got Rudy Gobert guarding him. He has athletic guys like when Draymond guards him, his numbers suffer. When he's playing against other teams, you know, with different bigs, he's not really he ain't got to worry about Gobert doing much on offense. So that's still a
but it's
different
not even
matchup.
that. So what happens to Sabonis in the playoffs is they sag back
They
off.
shrink
Of him.
the court shrinks.
Well, it's not even that the court shrinks. It's how you play him is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So on pick and rolls or dribble handoffs, I'm playing underneath. I want you to shoot the ball. You go ahead and shoot 25 times a game.
Yeah, 'cause
we
you
don't
gotta-
want De'Aaron Fox.
Because you got to make
Go-
these all series, not just tonight.
Right.
Exactly.
So who's gonna stop Fox?
You know
Mike
what?
Conley?
No. It's not about stopping Fox. It's about making him uncomfortable. And partly of making him uncomfortable is making Sabonis the scorer.
But who is Minnesota's guy that makes somebody uncomfortable?
For me, if I was the coach, and this is obviously not the entire game, but in those stretches where I need critical stops, I'm putting Ant on him.
So Ant
bigger
is
body,
that type of
athletic-
defender though?
I'm not.
You wasting fouls and energy.
He's not that type of defender.
I need Ant to give
Ant
me
is not
30.
known for his
yeah,
defense though. That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. They don't
yeah,
have they don't have these role players that you're looking for in these championship teams.
I don't
to do
disagree.
these things. You don't have a KCP like
Who
them.
does on Sacramento? Where are the role players on Sacramento?
No, what I'm saying is they got just as much firepower as Minnesota does.
What I'm saying, look, what I'm saying is this:
don't know,
is Spike,
Shelton.
you're taking what I said out of context. I didn't say the whole game. I said in those stretches, the greatest players, perimeter players
Go out there.
that
Best
are two-way guys. And I'm not saying Ant is tier 1 first team all defense, but let's be honest, the athletic ability, the size, and the mentality allows him to lock in stretches on the defensive side. So for me, De'Aaron Fox is starting to get off, or he's beating our guys to the basket. Hey, Ant, I need the next 2 or 3 minutes. I need the next 3 to 5 possessions. Go over here and do what you do. That's how the greatest players become great. Did D Wade lock up every single time? No, but when that nigga needed to, he did that. LeBron the same way. Kobe was a different animal. He wanted to do it the whole game.
I think Sacramento do got role players. Ken, they got 6 people
They do?
that average
Who?
double fit. They got Malik Monk, average 15 a game.
But he's not a defensive guy.
He's
a
hurt a little bit.
liability.
I'm just saying role players.
I understand.
They got Murray, Keegan Murray, average
He's a
15 a
starter.
game.
Yeah,
Right.
he is a starter.
Harrison Barnes, he averaged 12
Solid.
a game.
But
And he got playoff experience.
solid.
And then you got Kevin
Fox
Hunter.
averages more points
No,
than
no, no, no.
Give me
no,
somebody
Huter,
off
get
the
out-
bench.
Get Huter out of here.
Besides
as far
Malik
as the
Monk.
starters.
Kevin
Fox,
Who?
Kevin Hunter.
He's hurt.
Oh, he's
No,
hurt.
Huter, get him out of here. He not that
He
good.
averaged
hurt.
10 a game. In the playoffs, that matters.
He's hurt, bro. He
Okay,
out of
I
here.
didn't look at his playoff
is he
performances.
playing? Yeah,
He's
is he
trash.
playing in the playoffs?
I think he's done
hurt.
for the
I-
year.
Is he?
I didn't know he was hurt.
I don't know
I
where
don't
he
know.
is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
He has been
Huter
out.
doesn't have a lot of success in the playoffs. He always comes up short, which is why he got
He
traded.
had that
Malik
one
Monk
game
is
in the
hurt.
playoffs. Remember,
But I don't know
he
how-
was cooking when he was with the Hawks. He was cooking Philly.
It was that
And
one
they-
series.
Yeah.
it was like, what are y'all doing, bro?
He didn't do shit against New York. The series before that Philly series. So you can't count on Kevin Huter.
I didn't realize Fox averaged more than Ant-Man. I didn't know he averaged. I didn't know that part.
He gets a lot more transitional opportunities than Ant does.
Yeah.
Minnesota
He got better
plays
stats.
slower. Minnesota plays
See, I
slower.
thought I saw Kevin.
I just
Huter
think
out.
that Sacramento matches up really nice with
Yeah, I don't
a
disagree.
Minnesota team. Plus, they have that playoff experience. Sacramento has been there; they've been in the fire, and I'm sure that they hungry this year. Even though they the record doesn't show it. I wouldn't want to see them if I'm Minnesota. That's the one out of those 4 teams.
All of them young teams, Minnesota, OKC. Like I don't want to see that squad. And that's why we said months ago, I don't trust OKC. I don't trust Minnesota. They hadn't been there, done that.
Bro, they out of here. Malik Monk injured. He out 4 to 6 weeks. And
Yeah,
Herter
he is
out for
out.
the season. Bro, what are y'all talking about?
I knew Malik Monk was hurt for a couple weeks, but I didn't know it was 4 to 6 weeks.
So
That
how they
makes
gonna
a
beat
huge
Minnesota?
Yeah, you're right.
That makes a huge difference. I didn't know that part. Like I said, I didn't know. Malik Monk coming off the bench means everything. Now Mitchell has been coming off and playing that role, so Mitchell been scoring like that off the bench. But Malik Monk needs to be there for them to win. He has to be there.
Yeah, they don't have a matchup for Ant-Man. That's the reason why I'll take Minnesota. But I don't disagree with you. I do think Sacramento, even with those injuries, I think they can beat them. I'm not putting my money to beat them, but I think they still can.
And
Bro,
I was just gonna say who y'all would take in the 4 or 5. The Clippers, Dallas look like it's gonna be a lock.
Clippers, bro.
Ken, you gonna make this mistake again?
I don't ever make this mistake. That was
Yes,
Nick.
you do. No,
that was
no.
Nick.
Yes, you do. Because remember, years ago, Luka cooked the fuck out of the damn Clippers, and you were still
did.
talking shit about Luka.
He sure did.
I picked the Clippers though. And in that matchup, I'm trying to remember.
They lost.
And Luka cooked the fuck out of him. And Luka ain't had no Kyrie on this team. Did you see what Kyrie did the other night? What both of them niggas did?
He need Kyrie.
Kyrie put
did
up like
shit without him.
48.
Kyrie
Luka
is
put up-
what Brunson was to him.
Yeah,
This is LeBron
he's a better
on
version.
steroids.
Yeah, 100%.
No, Bronson was better.
Look, even LeBron said this in his podcast with Jay. Luka is LeBron without the athleticism. Everything Bron can do, minus the running and jumping and chase down blocks and all of that crazy high flying shit,
And he a better shooter.
and he a better shooter.
I bet the Clippers in that series.
I believe you did. I don't
think
remember,
he
Ken. It's
did,
some
too.
years ago. It's some years ago. But here's the thing, Ken. Kawhi and PG can't guard Luka. We
They
done
don't
see
have to.
Who then? Who
Nobody can guard Luka.
Exactly. Can't nobody guard Kyrie. In that series, Ken, I see the Clippers losing first round, bro.
That'd be.
Clippers.
Paul George ain't coming back if they lose first round.
Yeah, he out.
Oh
of
no,
there.
100% he not.
Yeah.
He
not.
out of there. But yeah, Peach.
They lose in the first round, Ken. Kyrie and Luke, have you seen them two play?
You know what? Here's what I will say. This is a bit concerning because now there's talks of James Harden discontent.
Of course.
Something's going on. They're like, and Paul George.
I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that? So there's something going on with James Harden now.
They asked Paul George about James Harden and the slump he was in, and he was like, I ain't the coach. Next question.
And that was concerning for Paul George to say that. And Paul George didn't like Luke calling him soft in the public. So he's made some references to that. So there's some internal rumblings going on, you know.
But we knew this.
It wasn't like that when they were winning.
Ken, look. I said it when the fucking trade went down. You gonna trust 3 dudes that don't do shit in the playoffs. James Harden don't do shit in the playoffs. Playoff P, I don't understand why he called himself Playoff P. And Russell Westbrook, it's all I gotta say. You know what that means. And then the only one that I give any props to is Kawhi. But we saw Luka cook Kawhi and PG multiple times in the playoffs. We know playoff Kyrie, ain't nobody guarding playoff Kyrie. A prime Klay Thompson, which was considered a top 3 defender on the wing, couldn't do shit with Kyrie, and he got 3 to 4 inches on Kyrie. Pause. Come on, Ken. I'd put my money on Dallas in a 6-game series. Dallas is winning 4-2 in that series.
Can they go on a run?
Dallas?
Yeah.
I think they're the dark horse. I think that's the team that everybody counts out. But this is the reason why they're dangerous come playoff time. We always talk about possessions slow down. Possessions are more key. They have 2 of the most efficient one-on-one players. 2 of the top 10 efficient one-on-one basketball players on one team.
And they've improved their starting lineup and the other role players because you brought in P.J. Washington, who's a 3-and-D guy. He can really shoot that thing. P.J. can shoot. And he's
who the
a big
high
guy.
flyer? Derek
Gafford.
No. He played for Miami too.
Jones.
Yes, Derek Jones.
Yeah, he's there too.
Have you seen the highlights he been? Him and Kyrie and Luka been throwing fucking alleys from
Then
wherever the
you
hell.
got Derek Lively that is active down there as well. You got Gafford, who's a serviceable center that can get you points too. So they got they built a nice roster around
what they do
Luka
best.
and what they do.
Yep.
So that this year's team is more prepared on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, to make a run. Now, you still got to see Joker, but
100%. But the Clippers, I'm not worried about no goddamn Clippers. Ken, first round exit.
All right.
First round exit.
Y'all clip this, remember?
Okay, yeah, remember. My name is not Nick. My basketball takes for the most part be on point.
Yeah, that was Nick that always believed in the Clippers.
It is.
Well, he believed in Ty Lue. That's
Ty Lue
his
is
guy.
Bro, Ty Lue ain't shit without LeBron, bro.
Ty Lue's to
nice,
Nick
but-
can do no wrong. He ain't worried about nothing that we
And
talk
I've been
about.
trying to tell him about Ty Lue. Ty Lue can coach, but
Ty Lue better than Doc Rivers.
Right.
Yes.
Now
They ain't saying much.
at all.
They
He
about
ain't
the
shooting-
same now.
Yeah, he ain't shooting
hell
no
no.
bail, but he give Ty Lue grace for the same
They
stuff.
about the same, FIFO.
They are about the same.
I don't know about
right.
that.
I agree with
That's a
Ken
different
on that.
conversation for a different
Let them lose the first round.
I feel you.
Blew a 3. Didn't they blow a 3-1 lead too?
They did. Yep.
All right. Okay. I'm just.
But they definitely gonna lose the first round. They played against Dallas.
Last one we have here. There is a report, rumors, that the Cowboys are growing tired of Micah Parsons and his rookie deal is coming up. Who put this together? Nick.
Y'all know Nick did this bullshit.
Well, I was going to ask this if it wasn't on there.
What you was gonna ask? What
You.
What was you gonna ask about? I don't understand.
I wanted your thoughts on that.
Do you think that they would get rid of Parsons? First of all, what was the report that you heard that you
There's several people within the organization that's growing tired of his antics and his attitude, and they're going to let go. You're not keeping all 3 of your big 3.
Who the third?
CeeDee Lamb, Dak,
Who?
and him.
Dak.
Yeah.
What about Diggs? Did they pay Diggs already?
Yeah, they paid Diggs already.
Okay.
He got paid
Yeah,
after
ain't
that
nobody worried about
the
Diggs.
major season.
Yeah, Diggs got one leg.
Dak is on a wait and see deal, so he got to perform this season. I'm not worried about him. I mean, it is what it is.
He out of there.
It is what it is with Dak. I can't believe that they're concerned enough to where they would be considering doing anything as far as moving on from Michael Parsons. You got a generational defensive talent. You're going to put up with it. Like, that's just what happens when you got somebody to do what he do. And again, CeeDee Lamb came into his own this year. He's a great receiver, but you can get another receiver. We just seen that with D. I don't remember the last time a receiver got paid and they went to go win. You can get a receiver in the draft, like it happens, but you can't find another Michael Parsons.
Yeah, the thing about it is that I'm gonna tell you where Dallas is ruffling some feathers here. One, CD's gonna hold out. A lot of people saying that that's gonna happen. You can't really say that though, because you had what's your boy name in Cleveland?
Cooper.
Dak
needed number one
you haven't recovered from.
If we ain't paying him,
CD definitely.
But Micah Parsons was slotted as a defensive end and not a linebacker.
He got linebacker money.
Yeah,
that's on him though.
They cost him.
That's on him and his agent. They let Jerry Jones do them like that. Like
so outside linebackers get paid more than defensive ends?
That's he got paid as a middle linebacker. That's what he got drafted as. And Jerry was bragging about how he worked the deal out, was going to work the deal out and list him as a linebacker and pay him as a linebacker. You reach the cap as a linebacker. You don't get edge rusher money.
Yeah, because edge rusher is definitely second most important.
That's on you and your team. Like your agent got to fix that.
Jerry Jones, Jerry the one that did it.
He run the Cowboys though. I'm not.
What is the agent gonna do?
Well, you can tell him I don't want to play that position, just like your boy from the Saints that tried to do that, Jeremy Graham, when he was playing tight end and lining out in wide receiver. They would basically treat him as a wide receiver. They were like, pay you wide receiver money.
But did they pay him wide receiver money?
No, they let him go.
Got kicked him off the team.
So there you go. That's what they're going to do. You just said it.
But that's what I'm saying. If Michael Parsons has a lot more leverage, even when Graham was good, than Graham did.
Right.
So if your agent went in there and that's the deal the agent for, you need to fire him and get better representation. You can't say, well, Jerry Jones did the wrong thing. He's just doing the business thing.
But once again, it's Jerry Jones's call. You can't tell. You can tell him what you want, but it's his job to give you that. And if you can't, the agent really can't force his hand if he tags you. If he has the right to tag you where he want to tag you.
Yeah, you can walk away though.
How?
You could take your tag. You can take that money and then you don't have to resign. So you have 2 years of tag. So do you want to test the market and be Le'Veon Bell though? Do you want to do that?
But Spike, this is where the issue lies. We all understand it's not via the talent. We know that Michael Parsons is a top 5 talented person at his position and what he does. The issue is of leadership. And when you start to be a cancer in that locker room, regardless of how talented you are, at some point you're not going to be in that locker room anymore. That's just what it is.
It depends on how talented you are.
What is he doing in the locker room?
And again, I don't even think it's locker room stuff.
That he's not cashing and that his teammates can't cash either.
He's just talking a lot. He's in the media a lot, commenting on a lot of different things where you want him to be quiet and play football. That's what
that's the thing as to what y'all always allude to. What Jerry has to understand, this is a new era of football,
right?
Bro. He's going to do a podcast. He's going to talk to people. He's going to be verbal on social media. It ain't no, they got the White House where they go sniff coke and got the girls that you can't do that no more.
But Spike, that's fine. You know the example I'm going to use for you? Have you seen Derrick Henry on, who's the one that got, who's the black DB that's an ESPN analyst?
Ryan Clark on the pivot. Yeah.
On the pivot. So Derrick Henry was on there, right? And you know that they have the light-skinned linebacker Channing Crowder. They have Clark. And they asked him, hey, who's the best Alabama running back ever? He's like, man, I don't know. You know Mark Ingram, this, that, and the third, Humble. We all know who the greatest running back from Alabama was, right? We're talking not only just the collegiate football career, but his NFL career. Derrick Henry.
Right.
Humble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pushes it, I don't know if it's me. And they're looking at each other like, bro, once you get past 3 or 4 yards on the line of scrimmage, you run different, dog. Like, you looking for the DB to humble that back. How he plays on the court is not indicative of what he is on the interviews. And that is the opposite for Micah Parsons. And guess what? We live in that social media age.
So you think he's too cocky? Michael Parsons, you think he's too cocky?
Because he's not cashing it.
He's not performing FIFA. Stop. He's probably been... Other than
last season was an otherworldly season for him.
It wasn't otherworldly, but
it was average.
It performed though.
It was average.
I would say, from a defensive standpoint, since Aaron Donald's been drafted, he's the next best defensive player.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I put him over TJ.
Who?
TJ Watt.
Okay, they right there. They're very close. And Chris Jones, I would say that.
Yeah,
but
Chris Jones as
he
well.
is in that class of people. And
I agree.
I agree with you. He may not be humble. I may not like the podcast as a Cowboys fan, but I do think that it's up to Jerry Jones to figure that out.
But
it's not on Michael Parsons to figure that out.
No, that's not on Jerry
because
Jones. That's not on Jerry Jones.
good.
You know what it is?
What's that?
The players in that locker room. How do they feel?
And that go back to what y'all always say. Jerry Jones don't have those type of players that are going to be able to step up and say anything to Parsons. Who gonna say?
What do you
it?
mean? They are saying shit to Parsons.
And he don't got to respect him because he gonna look at them just like Kendrick look at J. Cole and say, "Nigga, bum." I seen you in the playoff, Dak. I seen you, CeeDee Lamb drop balls. None of y'all can. You can say that he hasn't performed or may not performed as you thought throughout the season, but he can say, I did better than Dak, I did better than CD, I did better than Diggs, I did better than everybody on this team. I essentially put y'all on my back. So yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast. I'm gonna speak my mind.
But you know
and
what
when your
happens,
mama say something to me, Dak, I'm gonna put like
but you
it's just is what it is.
You ostracize the locker room.
He young, he don't know that though. And then that's the problem that you have when you got somebody like McCarthy, a coach. He shouldn't even be there. You got a coach that let him get away with this.
No.
This is the coach's job.
Spike, look.
This ain't Jerry Jones' job.
Spike. This is Micah Parsons' job.
Nah, bro.
No, yes.
Michael Parsons is 22 years old.
No, you know why? You know why? Go get 18 sacks and shut everybody the fuck up. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that. So that's why it's Michael Parsons' issue. Because you out here talking like you the big dog and you over here pooping like a little cocker spaniel, bro. That's the problem. Because now you do all of that talking. You come into the locker room and I got to play with you. It's like, damn, bro. You said all that shit. They came with their A game, and what did you do? Mm-hmm. And I'm over here getting part of that shit because you talking shit. So I gotta cash the checks you writing, bro. Because it's different when you go out there and you talk your shit and you back it the fuck up. And Michael Parsons for the last year and a half has not. And that's an issue.
14 sacks.
And that's a Michael
14 sacks, 150 tackles, FIFO. That's backing it up. Only person that got more sacks than him is Chris Jones and TJ Watt, probably. And maybe some random sorry-ass Eagle, but we know how that went.
Well, he may be a random sorry-ass Eagle soon.
Yeah, he might be.
Word on the streets is that's where he may be headed.
I don't know how the Eagles just make cap space out of fucking thin hair.
That's crazy.
What the fuck is happening,
It's insane. But again, to wrap it, I don't think that Michael Parsons is the problem. This is the manifestation of what Jerry Jones built. When you play into the media and you play in, I'm talking all the time and I want to be the number one brand in football, people are also going to want to cash in on that, and I don't blame Michael Parsons for doing so. Do I like it as a fan? Absolutely not. But it's the world they built.
Let me ask you a question. So he doesn't want to play linebacker? Because if he plays linebacker,
no,
he'll get less money?
He didn't have a problem with it. It was just a negotiation thing as he wants to be listed. He don't care where they line him up at. He just wants to be listed as an edge rusher so he can get paid as an edge rusher. But if you listed as a linebacker, there's a cap that you get paid as a linebacker, and there's a different cap for an edge rusher. He would prefer to be an edge rusher. And Jerry Jones was talking about how savvy he was as a businessman because I have Michael Parsons listed as a linebacker, and I got to pay him as a linebacker.
But they drafted him as a linebacker, right?
Right.
So he's a linebacker.
Yeah, but that's not how they use him. So it's
and
like,
that goes to Jimmy Graham argument.
Exactly. It's the market,
end.
right? Like at the end of the day, there's certain markets in the NFL that make more money. Quarterback is the number one market in the NFL. Edge rusher is the number two market. Cornerback is
tackle number three.
Offensive tackle and cornerback are like 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? So if you play one of these positions and you're a top 3 player, top 5 player at your position, you're gonna get paid the most. Linebacker is lower than edge rusher. Edge rushers make hella money. So we're talking like the Danielle Hunters of the world. We're talking Montez Sweats of the world, Brian Burns of the world, TJ Watts of the world. Those
TJ Watts a linebacker.
But
our edge rusher play on the line.
But so does TJ Watt. TJ Watt
plays on the line, but he's a linebacker.
I understand, but look at how much he got paid. They paid him in the market of edge rusher.
Well, that goes back to agent then.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the money is the money. Look, if the Eagles can manufacture salary cap space, I don't have the Cowboys are going to keep Micah Parsons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like even if you trade him in the future, that first big deal is going to come from Dallas. Yeah. Dallas is going to keep 2 or 3 years of that first big deal.
And if it got to be him and CeeDee Lamb, it's going to be him. He's staying. CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, 100%. Because like you said, it's easier to find a wide receiver than it is even a decent pass rusher.
Yeah.
So
All right, well, let's do some power rankings.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
What are we
real
ranking
quick,
this
let me
week?
tell you that in the first quarter of this game, the Clippers is playing Phoenix. It's 37-8 in the first quarter.
No, it's not.
Who's up?
37-8.
Phoenix?
The Clippers.
Clippers?
The Clippers up 37-8. Oh,
You saw they signed Isaiah Thomas for the rest of the season. Shout out to him.
There you go, Isaiah. Good job. You're making the squad.
Shout out to the turnaround from for the Suns though. They were looking awful.
Yeah. They coming back. Ken, why you made that face about Isaiah Thomas? I think that's a solid pickup for them.
I'm glad he got a job, but
they
that's
offered a
about
night.
it. He ain't gonna be on the power ranking.
These power rankings are based off. We're talking about
Since 2000.
yes, outstanding. You know, we talked about the lack of an NCAA star. So I went back since 2000 and gave us the top 5 power ranking of the MVPs, most outstanding player of the game. You know, they'll put the award at the end of the game, and the person who
Got you. Okay.
Number 5. Y'all may remember this one, an oldie but goodie. Mateen
Please.
Yeah.
He did his thing, had a great tournament run.
Yes, sir.
Number 4, I almost got a little higher for me. I know y'all remember this from
Oh, yeah.
Big East tournament to
Madison
all
Square
the way through
Garden.
the tournament. The man was going
Step back.
crazy.
Step back.
One of the better tournament performances I've ever seen. Number 3, Juan Dixon from
That's a good
Maryland.
Remember Juan Dixon?
Juan Dixon
That's a
was
good
in a bag when
Juan
he was
Dixon,
doing
Steve
his
Blake.
thing.
That was an awesome backcourt.
Absolutely. Number 2, didn't score in the title game, but throughout there he had a Kentucky on
I
their back.
forget that
AD
dude.
was a beast. And number
Yeah,
1,
whatever.
it should be unanimous. Y'all know who number 1 is.
Better be. Okay. I was about to say,
Y'all know
Spikey,
who
this
number
whole
one
shit was
is.
about to be
Yeah.
wrong.
What year was that?
This was 2000.
Oh, 2.
Yes, right.
Bruh,
2000.
one of my favorite players, bro.
Yes. So when we talk about no stars in college basketball, we talking about this. Like even when I read these names, y'all remembered these people. Y'all knew who they were. You
Why
can't do
Mateen
that for any
Cleaves
of
at
these.
5 though?
I mean, who you gonna take? Who you gonna go in front of?
Rip Hamilton, I could put there. I could put
Mateen led that team though.
Rip
He
was
was
after 2000.
Mateen was the ultimate
Yeah.
leader though. FIFA. I'm surprised you'd even
Was
say
he?
that.
Yeah, as a point guard, I'm shocked at you.
Yeah, he was the
Mateen Cleaves,
ultimate leader.
Yeah.
Look,
Didn't they call what they called them, the Flintstones or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mateen was
I met
trash in
them when
college.
I think I met y'all the same night I met Mateen Cleaves at A3C.
Mateen Cleaves.
What was and shit? Maybe
James
my
Conner.
years is off.
John Connor.
But what year was Rip in UConn? Was that not the early? Was that not in the
thought it was-
2000s?
I think that might have been prior to 2000.
That was
I
like
don't think
90s,
so.
late 90s,
Was it?
late 90s.
Was it?
Because what year was Rip drafted?
I think it had to be the 90s.
So late 90s. Okay.
Yeah, because he's 46 now.
What about?
Let me look.
Damn, you talking about Mateen Cleaves? Who could I put in the 2000s? I think my mind is going beyond 2000.
Yeah, that was 98, 99.
98, 99.
with the Huskies,
Okay. So you was right there. That's the reason why.
Who did Carmelo beat in the championship game that year? Was
I
it Kansas?
Was it Kansas?
Shit. It was him, Hakeem Warwick, and that white boy. I can't remember who that
Jerry McNamara.
Jerry McNamara.
I was rooting against them.
That's crazy.
Damn, since 2000. Hold on.
You were rooting against who?
UConn. I mean, Syracuse that year.
Damn, you were? Why?
I don't remember why.
Oh man.
That's why I want to know who they played against.
Oh
But
man.
it was a reason because I rooted against Syracuse because of Georgetown. So I like Georgetown, so I didn't like Syracuse. That's why I rooted against them. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was a
man.
John Thompson fan, so I didn't like, Syracuse. That was their rival. Syracuse and St.
I
John.
might
They
have to
beat
go.
Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I might have to see if I can pull that game up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I met some real good games on, and it was a different level of basketball. It was
Different, man.
It
College
was
basketball was different. Even and that's just going back to 2000. If you go back to the 90s, that's
yeah.
really,
In the '90s is where it is. Them players, them games look like NBA games.
I'll never forget that Duke versus Kentucky game with Mashburn when Laettner stepped on Buddy Chest. Man, bro, they was battling.
Man, I watched Georgia Tech in Georgetown. It was Marbury against Iverson.
Iverson, not to mention that whole Big East. You had Ray Allen. You had Marbury. You had Ray Allen, Iverson. Man,
Marshall, Danielle
Marshall.
They had a ton of that. There was so much talent. Them guards in the Big East back then in the ACC. Then I watched UNLV, Arkansas. Those games.
That Arkansas team.
That Arkansas team was ridiculous.
What's his name? The
Beck,
black
Beck
coach
was the point guard.
Stacey Allman was on it.
He was on the UNLV team.
Carlos Williamson was on that Arkansas
Carlos
team.
Williamson.
They had
Oliver
Nolan Richardson
Miller
as the coach.
Remember big Oliver
I
Miller?
remember Oliver Miller. Went to the Clippers.
350
And the
something.
Suns. He went to the Suns too.
And the Suns, yeah.
So look,
they do
so
shit.
I have somebody I think, damn, I just forgot.
I got
his
one of
name
them
again.
guys agreed to be on the show too.
Who is that?
He was one of the. He played with Arkansas.
Really? That was one of my favorite basketball
just talked to him
teams,
not too
man.
long
The way
ago.
they used to play defense
said
and
cool.
press like that, but that team, sheesh.
Dang, what was his name? That's bad. Now.
Scotty Rhodes.
Just talk to him.
Was it Scotty Rhodes?
Scotty Thurman.
Scotty Thurman.
But
What were you about to say, FIFO?
What
We're
about
going
Darren
to
Williams?
the best thing we saw this.
Darren Williams. Like
Fighting
from
Atlanta.
Illinois.
Was he-
Atlanta.
was
He
he the
wasn't even the
MVP?
man, though. The other dude was the man.
Yeah,
In college.
D. Williams.
Yeah,
D. Williams.
Yeah, but Darren was that guy
In
too.
college, and when he got to the pros, he was that dude.
Yeah, he 100% usurped D. Williams,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like Darren Williams was chopped liver.
Mateen Cleaves, though.
Mateen was
Cleaves,
nice though.
people.
FIFA. I'm surprised. He was the ultimate leader at point guard. If you take a point guard from the 2000s, Mateen Cleaves would have to be that guy. It wasn't like he was the greatest scorer or none of that. But you can go back and watch some of his games on YouTube too. He was the ultimate leader.
Look, I remember Ed Cota. I remember Khalid Alameen. Like I remember
Khalid Alameen.
Yeah, I remember these point guards. Look,
Yeah.
because I played the position, so I used to study those guys at that time. Like I remember these point guards that were great floor generals that did a lot in March Madness, but were nothing in the
and
NBA.
he was the best one.
Wasn't Khalid a little pudgy?
Yeah, he was.
Fat dude.
chubby guy.
Fat dude. That's why I liked him. I was a little fat dude back then too. Yeah, I liked him.
He played. He was with Rip. I thought.
Yeah, he was with Rick.
Yeah, they played together.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's jump into the best thing in sports.
Clint
this
McDaniel.
week.
I'm sorry. That's
Clint
his name.
McDaniel.
That's
We're going to start with Spike.
Man, my best thing in sports this week, a slow week. Shout out to the South Carolina women, as we said, but shout out to Dawn Drip, man. I'm going to call her Dawn Drip from now on, bro. She was fly on the whole sideline. I looked it up, got the article over Jalen. She was fly actually the whole season in the Louis Vuitton Drip. So shout out to Dawn Drip, man.
All right. Moving on. This is what I got. The best thing I saw this week.
I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone
Hold
who
on, we
has
can't hear it.
respect.
his sorry for 2004.
You
Sorry
know,
for
when a nigga rubbing his
2024.
neck like when you talking, you gotta do that neck rub like that. You done fucked up. You know you done fucked up.
Hey, man,
Man.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Well, you out your mind. You.
I don't know what he was thinking.
I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has respectfully reprimanded me and offered brilliant opinions on the Angel Reese conversation. I do not believe there is any one way to think about things, but thank you to the Ryan Clarks, the Essence Atkinses, the Bozema St. John's, the Trellas, the different individuals who is publicly and privately just giving me good wisdom, good feedback, good discernment.
like he was like,
I understand. I think life is all about understanding. And so I just want to applaud those publicly, you watching, and those privately who have respectfully, the operative word there being respectfully, who have respectfully reprimanded me. Matt Barnes, incredibly wise words. So I thank all of you all for that. I do not stand on a hill saying that I am right and you are wrong. I simply stand on a place saying, hey, this is what I believe. What do you believe? Let's listen to one another and construct a collective belief. So love to everybody who's respectfully reprimanded me, and I appreciate it so very much. Thank you all for that.
get this man out of here, bro.
all the way.
Manual
All the way out
outro,
of
bro.
here, bro.
Like, the reason why this is the best thing I saw this week is because, and we're actually going to have a conversation about it, just the whole ordeal on With All Due Disrespect. You guys can check that out. It's behind a paywall. It's the Mike Salone podcast. We're recording Friday, tentative, if everything works out. But the reason why I picked that one is because of how he got his ass whooped. He tried to say what he said, and he tried to be
And he
slick
thought he
with
was
the
gonna
word.
get it off too. Like
I'm telling you, bro.
No.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he is feeling that. I can't wait to say this one.
I'm telling you, man, he was ready to go, and yeah, they what did he say? Oh yeah, I'm going to give a gender neutral and racially indifferent take on Angel Reese.
That's like saying, with all due respect, that means I'm about to disrespect
exactly.
you.
Yeah,
Right,
right. What are you doing? So I love that black people are like, nah, bro. Nah.
No, sir, not you.
And they lit him up too.
They lit him up, bro. They put their arms around Angel Reese and were like, we got
Yep,
you.
we got you.
We got you. So yeah, that's what I thought that was
That's
dope.
good right there.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think that is the show. The last thing we got here are super chats. No, what is this dead end? We got dead end decision.
Jay Williams, that's what it should have been.
Yep, Jay Williams.
That's what it should have been.
Yep.
right.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Yo, so I'm gonna try a new segment. Part of the third quarter. So you choose based on the play in. Choose between two players. You got one game with everything on the line. Which one of these three players you choosing?
Today,
Yeah.
right? Like not career wise, not in their prime, but today.
No, career wise, like
Oh, career wise.
one day, one game, everything on the line. Who you taking?
Bron, because he proved it on the line. Down 3-1. He did everything in his power to win that game. All the assists, all of the defensive stops, the blocks, the timely scoring. The only thing he didn't do was hit the quote-unquote game winner, but he stopped the game winner.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, give me Bron. Out of them three, give me Bron.
One game, man. I don't know if I can trust Braun. I ain't gonna hold you.
But you going to trust KD.
I ain't gonna trust KD. It's between Bron and Steph.
It's KD not it's
Yeah.
Steph for me. I gotta go Steph.
Why?
I think he gonna be more efficient. He gonna get more open. And I know LeBron gonna be able to control the game better, but I just trust Steph in big spots more than I do LeBron.
What big spots?
Thank you.
He got 4 rings.
Nah, you said big
of the
spots, bro.
Outside of the fourth one, I'm not gonna lie. Like Steph was very shaky and questionable in the biggest moments.
Well, I'm going by the last one, the fourth one then, and that's when he had the biggest spot. That's the last time I seen him on the big
Your ass gonna
stage,
be outta
and he
here.
killed me.
I'm not lying. Like I do agree. Like if it wasn't for Steph, they don't win the championship. Like Steph was everything to him, but he doesn't make the timely defensive plays that you need him to make because who did Kyrie shoot that ball over? It was him, and they hunted that matchup. They're like, "Hey, where?" And if you listen to Ty Lue and you listen to that Cavs team talk, they said whoever Steph was guarding,
Go after
that's who we wanted.
He couldn't even get Kevin Love, bro. Kevin Love
Yeah,
locked
what
him
happened
down.
to Kevin Love?
Yeah, well, he in Miami. I don't know what.
Shelton. Who you got, bro? KD?
No, not at all.
Hey, man, his foot was on the line, bro.
I'm with Bron. I'm with FIFA on Bron. It's hard to pick against Steph, but
Even look, I'm gonna add more ammo to your to your gun. Boston Game 6. The first year in Miami.
And I was gonna say too, even if Bron is not on, he affects the game in other ways to help them to win. If Steph not hitting that shot, you dead.
Look, I saw this on another podcast. It was randomly on social media, so I don't remember the name of the podcast. But they asked a question: if you take away Kyrie's handles and Steph Curry's shot, who's the better player? There's only one correct answer. It's Kyrie. Kyrie's bag is bigger. You take away Kyrie's handling, He still has an amazing shot. Still one of the best shooters in the NBA. He's still one of the best post-up players in the NBA. He's still one of the best finishers around the basket in the NBA. You take away his handles, there's still so many other aspects of his game. Can he get to where he's getting to the way he does? No. Obviously.
It's a whole bunch of his game away. Like, that's the point.
But it doesn't take away his finishing ability. It doesn't take
how
away
he
his
get to the-
post-up.
but how he get to the rim?
Get to the rim the same.
How he get to the
You take
rim
away
if he
his
can't
handle.
dribble?
That's the point of that.
But he can still beat you on a back cut. Right?
Steph-
And still
I mean,
finish
but
around a bigger.
Steph can beat you on a back cut too.
Take away his shot. What are you talking
His shot ain't in the
Okay,
lane.
but who's a better finisher around the rim? Is it Steph or Kyrie?
You can't answer that question.
Yes, you can. It is Kyrie Irving.
Because he uses the handles to get to the rim. Though.
Exactly. It takes a whole effect on the
But if
defender
you-
for him to get to
Like
the rim.
if you take that away,
Steph has the most amazing shot ever in basketball. However, if you take that away, he still has a skill set as an NBA player. It ain't just
I'm not
because he can
saying
shoot.
that.
He
So
ain't
that's
got
what I'm
Kyrie's
saying.
skill set.
thank you.
But Kyrie's skill set is based around his handles.
No.
Kyrie can shoot just as good as Steph.
Thank
No,
you.
stop
You a fucking
it.
lie, kid.
Y'all, come on,
Nobody
man.
shoots
What are we
as
talking?
well
What
as
are we
Steph.
talking
Bro,
about?
y'all,
Look at the
y'all
numbers.
Crazy,
Look
bro.
at the numbers.
Y'all crazy.
Look at the
Yes.
numbers.
Yes, he can.
Steph Curry is the best shooter we've ever seen in our life. And
That's
y'all-
his whole game.
But Kyrie not the best shooter we ever seen in our life. It's not even
Kyrie-
close.
Kyrie is a better overall player than Steph.
Not if you take away his handles. Not if you take away his handles. Like, if
Who
you
has
take
a better mid range? Kyrie has a better mid range. Kyrie has a better post
I
up.
don't know about that.
Okay, fine. You know what? Mid range is close. I'll give you that. But Steph is an amazing finisher around the basketball rim. He's not Kyrie though. He's just not Kyrie. He doesn't have a post up game.
They're different players. They're
They
so
are.
different. Yeah.
But everything. My point in bringing this up.
They're not that different. If we are.
Shit, they are.
One is just better at the other thing than the other. Like
That's why I say they're
niggas are
different.
sleeping like Steph doesn't have a handle too. It's not.
I'm not
Kyrie's
saying-
handle,
I didn't
but
say
he
that.
still
Yeah,
has
Steph's
a
up there.
handle.
Those words did not come out of my mouth.
That's my point.
Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Like you're saying they're close in shooting, right? You try to say that would be like saying that they close in handle as well. That's not the case because we know Kyrie's bad. Kyrie's probably one of the best ball handler Pauls.
So is Steph.
Ever in the history.
So is Steph.
Exactly, but it
So
ain't
is
nowhere
Steph.
near Kyrie though. You would admit that. And just like
okay,
his shot ain't nowhere near Steph's.
But if we go check mark for check mark, right? Who is the more physical player?
No, neither one of them.
Neither one of them.
Neither one of them is. Both of them like paper.
Bro, Kyrie be bouncing bigger dudes off of him.
I never seen it.
Kyrie is a more physically stronger player than Steph Curry.
I don't think so.
Oh, you crazy.
I don't
You
think
are
so
crazy.
at all.
Okay, fine, fuck it.
I mean, he can play through contact, but that don't make him more physical. Those are two different things.
He's not a more physical player. First of
He
all,
plays through contact. Playing through contact and being physical are two different things, bro.
okay,
They aren't
who
that many
plays through
physical
contact
players.
better? Kyrie or
Kyrie
Steph?
does.
Okay.
Kyrie
Okay. Who has a better post-up game? Kyrie or Steph?
Kyrie does.
Oh, I don't know that because Steph don't have to do that.
That is also true.
But if it's part of
It's
your
the same
game,
way niggas talk about the 3-point with Jordan. Like, they didn't exist. Like, they didn't care about 3-pointer.
But if it-
They didn't have to do that.
but it's
like,
but that's a stylistic thing. But if it's part of your game, it'll get highlighted, especially in the Golden State offense. We see Klay don't get
not
post-ups because he don't have no post-up game.
Okay.
That's not true either because Bron ain't really been shooting like he shooting have to. And the game changed. Imagine if Bron was shooting how he is now 10 years ago.
He didn't
have to. Exactly my point.
He didn't have
Steph
that
doesn't
shot.
have to worry about being driving in the lane.
Either way,
because I
but
can
either
pull
way,
up the logo.
but Kyrie
nigga.
has that and he don't. Even if he does,
Kyrie
we
has-
haven't seen it. But you have to give it to Kyrie because we've seen it.
Seeing what
Post-up game. He posted up Klay. Go watch the finals, bro.
Yeah, he did.
I think if anything, if you take away both of their best attributes, they even at best.
Nah, I think Kyrie's the better player overall.
I'm not saying FIFA was wrong, but just the way he said it was like it's not an obvious answer.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Either way, you taking Steph in a one game, we need this game over LeBron is highly disrespectful. That's highly disrespectful. Ken, who do you pick? Because you haven't answered.
LeBron.
Why are you picking LeBron?
LeBron. I've seen him do it in insurmountable odds, like in damn near every
Multiple
situation.
times.
Yeah.
Right. multiple times.
Clutch, man.
On both sides.
People say he ain't clutch, but
No, he's clutch as fuck.
he is. I've seen Steph. Steph has definitely gotten a lot better. You know, he hit a game-winning shot, I think, the other night or a couple of games ago.
Right.
So, you know, he's definitely gotten clutch. And Steph has clutch moments.
Yeah, 100.
You know, but
it ain't not LeBron's level.
No,
nah. And he's had more around him
He
to
has.
do all those things until last year. But, you know, so yeah. All right, yeah.
Disrespectful, man.
shot,
KD should have been on
KD's
one of
out of
y'all's
here.
list.
KD's out of here.
KD's
outta
biggest
here.
moments came when he was with them
With Steph.
and when he came and had those pull-up threes.
If
And
it
they were
wasn't-
struggling to beat one guy.
If it wasn't for that toe, y'all be talking about KD.
Nah, because look,
Somebody said in the chat he was 0-6 in OT.
Yeah.
Ken, and remember years ago we saw it, and this was like the beginning stages of Dead End Sports. But we talked about I want to say it was against Memphis when he came down the stretch and missing free throws in clutch moments.
Yep.
KD has struggled mightily outside of his years with Golden State in the clutch situation.
Look at his performance and blowing that 3-1 lead against the Warriors.
Yeah,
They had them
100%.
beaten, bro. KD wilted.
Yep.
I was so disappointed
All
in
you
him.
needed is one more great game.
Man,
And we're talking great game for KD is taking 20 shots and getting 35 points.
Yeah.
Like it's quote unquote simple.
Right.
And he just wilted under the pressure, bro.
and people blame a lot on Russ. People and KD.
Some of it
he
was
got shot
Russ.
a lot of bail.
Bro, he got shot a lot of bail. It was because that was KD's team, and he did not get the job done.
Yep.
You know, yeah.
KD is J. Cole. That's who he is, bro.
Let me,
Steph
J.
is
Cole,
Drake.
bro. Steph is Drake.
And LeBron is K. And LeBron is
That's it right there.
the big three. These member chats and this super chat, and we'll get out of here. I can't put it on the screen. I messed up the stream, so I
Damn,
apologize for that. Yeah, I know. I was trying something different. It didn't work out. Or I got to figure out how to make it work. But anyway, if you are the Bears number one QB of the past 20 years, who you got? And there's the Luck, Lawrence, Cam, Young, Caleb, Burrow, Kyler are some of the examples.
give me Andrew Luck. Because
I like that one.
Yeah, because Andrew Luck went to literally the worst team in football and got him to the playoffs in a year. And nothing changed except for Andrew Luck. It was literally the whole fucking team.
That's a good pick.
And Andrew Luck.
That's the one I was going to take.
That
Yeah, I
because
would go with that one.
out of the last 20 years, Ken, we haven't seen a quarterback, and it wasn't like he was super flashy or anything. He was just a man
Just
amongst
know how to
boys.
play quarterback. Yeah.
He just knew how to be a quarterback. So give me Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I go with Luck too. That's good. That's a really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that he retired so early. It was exciting watching him play at least.
That's why you got to go get your young quarterback or O-line, or that man gonna die.
He gonna quit one.
Right.
4 for 4 behind the 3-point line tonight.
Draymond,
Who?
Draymond.
Draymond, 4 for 4 from the 3-point line tonight.
he had an honest conversation with Klay Thompson a couple nights ago on the podcast.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Draymond asked him, "How do you truly feel?" And he said, "Be completely honest with me. How do you truly feel when I get ejected or suspended and stuff like that?" And obviously I'm paraphrasing, but Klay was talking about how they can't necessarily play their games because Draymond allows them to be more free and he's their enforcer.
What type of response did Draymond give?
Like heartfelt, like damn, you know what I'm saying? Like you could tell like
That's mature.
He said
Yeah.
it's
It ain't gonna change.
It ain't
he
gonna
said,
change.
Yeah,
mature, but
it's a
you're
void
right.
when you ain't out there. Something he said. It was pretty cool the way Clay put it. Clay,
Yeah, because Klay held no punches. Klay was
dope.
you
That's
know how
dope.
Klay is.
He was still being soft.
He was being respectful, but I wouldn't say that he was being
J.
soft.
Cole.
He don't wanna
That
get
way
you-
he being
I was thinking that too. I was thinking
He don't want
It
to
was
hit
a J.
Jordan. He
Cole
don't want to
He
hit
was being
Jordan Poole.
PC. He was being PC.
He's just glad he's back in the starting lineup.
Warriors are 14 of 20 from 3-point line.
God damn. Yeah,
70%.
when you shoot like that from three, bro, I don't know how you lose a game.
Okay.
You really don't.
you don't.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, they doing all that for nothing because they're gonna change the seeding. But yeah, Sacramento. No, Clippers 64, Phoenix 27. That's crazy. Hold on, let me get the super chat.
64-27, bro.
Refresh here, make sure nothing came through.
But that game's not over yet.
What game?
That
is
game
it?
is over, Vivo.
You know why? Because look, we know about shooting, and even you may start off hot like that. You miss.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Clippers.
Oh well, I'm just saying whoever is down right now is the Clippers that are down, right?
Yeah.
And it's Golden State that's up, right?
No.
Who they playing?
The Suns playing.
The Suns playing the
Suns.
Clippers.
Got you. At the end of the day, like even the Suns, they're a jump shooting team.
FIFA, they're losing by 33 points.
All I'm saying is the Clippers can make it a 15 to 12 point game. You
You
can
mean
go
the
on an
Suns?
18 on this. Whoever is down can go on a run. God damn it, I don't know who the hell is who, but I'm just saying you can go on a run. It's not all the way over. It's not all the way over.
That game's over.
That
But
game, over.
Second quarter.
Igwe of Art said, we done with the KKK, Caitlin Clark clan.
Wow. No, we're not
Igwe,
done. It's just
unfortunately,
starting.
I was going to say, unfortunately,
just
well,
not
not
starting,
unfortunately,
right.
fortunately,
Yeah, it's just not starting.
it's not over because, it is going to carry over to the WNBA and it's going to get some eyes on
We'll
that
see.
screen, I hope, anyway, because I like the WNBA and I'm really excited to see them girls give her that work because I think that she is going to be in for a rude awakening because it's some ballers in the WNBA that's going to get featured because you're going to be watching Caitlin Clark.
Oh, she was mad at Raven last night.
Oh, she was.
Yeah,
she was heated.
She was hot.
But did you see them? You saw them players, Tasha Cloud, and a couple of them was like talking so much shit. They were like, she.
And Caitlin Clark talk shit.
Yeah, she did.
Well, here's the thing. I think
Caitlin
the
Clark
most
ain't all
important
that.
thing
She was
about
hyped
Caitlin
up.
Clark is gonna be the coaching staff allowing her to take those shots.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
it's
if
not a
you
question.
draft her, like green light, ultra beam light, like you gotta let her like just do what she do.
Yeah, and the good thing about Caitlin
Didn't they
Clark,
have the first pick last year?
yeah,
They got
Leah
your girl
Boston, from South Carolina.
Okay.
So the good thing about her is she is still a willing passer. So Leah Boston gonna like playing with her because she got game now. The girl got game. I'm just like I said, all targets gonna be on her back, and you
100.
got some players that are that's got game.
But if she come out and she get like that is something in the first game, do you understand how crazy the WNBA is going to be next year?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But it's going, like I said, it's just gonna draw attention to some of those Sabrina Ionescu. It's a bunch of them, man. They got tons of players.
It ain't
that's
gonna bring
really
any
good.
attention to them.
You don't think so?
No,
I think so, Ken.
bruh.
I do. Early it is.
No, it's not. It's gonna be Caitlin, bro.
But
What,
that's a-
what, Jalen?
You just wrong. Let's leave it there.
Bruh, all right, y'all
the greatest,
I keep trying to tell
the
us,
greatest
like,
22 in basketball is going to be featured. Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is South Carolina again. Asia Wilson is super nice, and she's going to finally get the shine because people going to be
because of
watching
Caitlin.
Yeah,
People
everybody.
Hell no.
Asia already a starter. Don't do it like
We're
that.
not
no,
saying
no.
that she's not.
No, she's-
it's just the spotlight is going to be even bigger because everybody is coming to see Caitlin.
Yeah.
But you're going to see all of these
Those
other
games
players
are
that don't get the
tickets
same
are going
spotlight.
through the roof.
But y'all ain't saying that Asia's not a star though.
Yeah, no, that's not
No,
what's
no.
being said.
No, she's
it's
a star.
just that now more people are going to see her because they came for Caitlin.
Yeah, and when we say star, it's still a relative term because not that many people were watching WNBA.
But she's kind of transcended past just the women's game. Asia Wilson has she's a familiar face when you see her. If you know sports, not some
Yeah.
women. It's just women basketball. If you know women basketball,
Right.
I think Asia Wilson is. If you know sports relatively, you know who she is.
Correct. So now Caitlin Clark is bringing, like I said, the non-sports person into watch this girl be magnificent.
And nobody gonna give a damn. You saw it in college. I don't know what y'all talking about. You saw it in college. The only person they cared about all of women's college basketball was Angel fucking Reese. And we know why. They didn't give a damn about Juju. They didn't give a damn about whoever else you can name. They only talked about
I don't know,
Caitlin Clark.
Ken.
And they had eyeballs on them too.
They care about Juju.
Hey, Ken,
Bruh.
They care about you.
You could get loud. That don't make you right. You're still wrong.
I'll make the
They care about Juju, Ken.
Yeah, that Connecticut
Bro.
USC game.
Just
that had,
watch. Just
whose
wait.
profile was raised because of Caitlin Clark this year?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
This year.
Angel
Cardos
Reese.
fly.
And Juju. Because every time they mention Juju,
yeah.
they would say, "Oh, she's just a freshman. She could catch her record, and she
Yeah,
may have
that's
the
what
most
they
points."
talking about.
This is the next version. And
Nobody-
Paige Decker. Oh, this was supposed to be the original.
Supposed to be.
The league starts next month.
The draft next week, ain't it?
Yeah, the draft next week.
Yeah.
That's fast draft ever.
That's crazy, ain't it?
I like that though.
That is good. The NFL
You also got to realize WNBA goes on when nothing else is going on but baseball.
and the big three. Not a big
All right.
Big three,
All right, y'all keep thinking that. Every time I looked around, it was Caitlyn. I might give y'all Juju, but that was it. Hannah Hidalgo and all these other names y'all were throwing. Angel was from last year.
But she was still popping.
It was Caitlyn because of a beef.
Yeah.
This year, this whole season, it was Caitlyn, and I'll give you that. Maybe they were saying Juju can catch him.
And now Dawn is talked about, even though, like I said, she's not getting what she should, but Dawn getting a lot of credit now because of the Kim Mulkey stuff.
Kim
All right,
Mulkey.
bro. They ain't gonna get, bro.
That's why they paying them all that money. Look at all the money they making.
Y'all keep thinking.
They ain't paying them $30+ million for nothing.
Keep thinking this white girl gonna save the WNBA. You just think about what y'all are saying. This white girl gonna come to the WNBA and shine a light on all these other black women that are playing this game. This is what y'all are saying right now.
So Ken, I'll let you know this way. I'm an Aces fan. The Aces tickets.
Have you ever met one?
The Aces tickets were $35. They were $35 for the game I wanted to go to next month
That's in Vegas.
in Vegas. Now those tickets are $170.
Who they playing?
Caitlin Clark.
I'm gonna say he don't want to tell you. He didn't want to tell you he's going to the Caitlin Clark game.
But no. Hold on, time out. I can say the same thing for the New York Liberty game.
Yeah,
they were $30, but they went up to $120.
All right, man.
So what you saying?
I'm saying that him saying that Caitlin Clark coming to the WNBA is gonna shine a light on all these other black women that's been playing the sport. So we got this white savior coming into the and saving the league.
It doesn't matter what is it true or not? That's what we're saying.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I just do not see that happening.
All right.
And all they're gonna talk about is Caitlin Clark. I ain't gonna hear about Aaliyah Boston like that. I ain't gonna hear about H or whoever her name is.
You know why we don't trust you, Ken? Because you said the same shit about Luka, and look where Luka at.
What I say about Luka?
You said he ain't shit.
You said he wasn't gonna be shit. He wasn't gonna be shit.
Shit. He just played really good.
Next question.
He just played really good.
Next question.
You know, but Luka ain't done shit. Get Luka out of here, bro. They're giving him this fake ass MVP.
Top 5
This
in the game.
fake ass MVP, man. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Oh, so he the MVP now?
They gonna give it to him.
So he is the MVP.
Not deservingly, no.
So who deserves it?
Joker, if anybody. But I was going with Shot, but he's been hurt. So and the OKC fucking around and fella. But anyway, man, this the last one. We're gonna get out of here.
I think
Y'all
it's time for you to get out of here.
insane, bro. I've been around for a minute. Y'all gonna trust these old rusty bones.
And he gonna be on here next year rubbing the back of his neck.
He gonna put all time. He gonna be like,
Hey, sometimes you're right.
you're wrong.
I thank y'all for correcting me,
I
straightening me.
appreciate FIFO, Sheldon, Jalen, Spike for telling
Give me
me
a little
what the
straightening.
WNBA was gonna do. Respectfully.
The draft. Rob wants to know if we're gonna do a watch party for the NFL draft.
What day is it?
Yeah,
That shit is long, bro.
It
but we
is
did
long.
the first round. Remember
We
we
did
did
the first night.
Yeah, we did the first
Even
round
that's
last
2
year.
hours, though.
We did.
Did we do the first round?
Yeah, we did it for the past 2 years.
I know. I'm just
It's
saying
gonna
it's
string
long.
up.
But
No, not the first round. It wasn't that bad, was it?
I say it's from about maybe 7 to 9:30.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad at all.
Or some other
so
stuff.
what are y'all saying?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, we
All right.
It was pretty fun.
All right. There you go, Rob. There you go. We can watch all these.
Did we do members only last year?
Rob was in there, I believe.
Yeah. We can watch all these halflings.
This draft should be all right. Now this draft should be pretty good.
Okay.
And it's still I like it because it's still kind of wide open as to where people going. It's not set. So this
except
should be
for number one. We know.
Yeah.
We know who's going.
Yeah,
to
we know
Chicago.
number one, but we don't know. Shoot, after that.
After that, we don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's going to be most exciting. And there's a lot of talent.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be interesting how this talent fits with whoever decides to draft them.
This first round It's all starters.
Yeah, 100%.
The first round.
Shit, the first 2 rounds might be
2 rounds.
Starters in the league.
These guys are difference makers, and I can say that up and down the board.
Yep.
You go 4 or 5 deep at wide receiver. You go 4 or 5 deep at quarterback. Linemen out there, you got defensive players up and down the board.
Even the running backs coming in, I think, are going to make a difference for whoever they draft. I definitely think, and when we talk about starters, obviously outside of the quarterback position, there's multiple people at that position. So there's going to be multiple wide receivers that start. They may not be the number one guy, but they're going to be a complement to a team that needed a complement. So there's going to be a lot of guys in this draft that are going to be difference makers going into next season. Now, whether that translates to wins and losses, we don't know.
Right.
But in terms of those, the playmaker position, the quarterbacks, these guys are gonna come in and make a name for themselves next year.
Right. I tell you what though, based off this offseason, Jerry Jones may just pass on his draft pick. He ain't done nothing else. I mean, might as well.
That's how we build our team through the draft. So that's why we ain't done that.
Jerry Jones was place kicker.
Hey, if he's smart, he start looking for Dak's replacement.
Yeah, I would.
He already
He
got
definitely-
him.
Trey
Lance, your guy. You come on, FIFO.
Top 5 arm in the league.
FIFO. Do not jump off that
Top 5 arm in
bandwagon.
the league.
That's what he said.
Hey, I still think the arm is lively.
The arm is lively. It's crazy. End us out, kid.
He done nothing with it.
Wrap us up,
All
man.
right,
We out of
man.
here.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys coming through, man. We should be in the playoffs next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Finally, god damn.
yeah. So we'll have a lot to talk about, and yeah, we may have do some people series. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Figure out how we're gonna work that out. But yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
When the playoffs start?
Hey, this